Oh, hi you guys, and welcome to another stream. This week, the midweek modules, the Burlesque House Siege. Before we go round our magnificent crew, I have a few announcements. First of all, if you're new here, check out our social links. We have Discord, which is a wonderful inclusive society where you guys can come and be one and talk about D&D and all them other wonderful things in a safe way. It's amazing. It's great. I'm really proud to brag about them. Twitter, we are burning through our player slots for the rest of the season. If you guys want to get into a game as a new player or a returning player or a new streamer or a returning streamer or anything else like that, send me a DM and I will get you in a game. Simples. And also YouTube. If any of you have notifications on YouTube, I apologize for this weekend, but that does mean that I am catching up as I uploaded about 40 videos this weekend. And soon I'll be working on this season, so also, we are now a full-time service, and as such, we rely on your support, and you can support us in the following ways. Here is our Patreon, and here is our merchandise. You can also see on the bar just below me how we are doing on our monthly costs donations goal. So thank you all very much for your support there. In addition to that support, we also have some new sponsors, including Bird vs. Plane. No, not Bird vs. Plane. Well, yes, Bird vs. Plane, but Bird in the Storm Publishing, whose links are in the chat there. You can find their Twitter and their Teespring merch, and check out in the new season, there will be content happening between shows from Bird in the Storm Publishing, so something to watch out for. Also, as of today, we have a sponsorship from Mage Hand Press. And there are all their wonderful links there, including their Dark Matter system, which we will be starting. We've already got the sponsorship today, and tomorrow we will be playing Dark Matter instead of regular 5e on our stream. So you can check that out in Alice's Argo 37 stream, where I'll be changing Blister to be a Dark Matter character. It'll be good fun. Is that enough about me? No, it's not enough about me, because we also have a tweet. If you guys want to, every 10 retweets, we will be doing a wild magic surge. So keep the tweets happening. And I can see we already got some and I haven't updated it yet, but we will get on that very soon. That is enough about me. So let's go around and introduce our wonderful players. Players today, if you could introduce yourselves briefly and then introduce the character that you'll be playing, I would very much appreciate it. So let's go. I can't remember if I went clockwise or anti-clockwise first last week, so this week we'll go anti-clockwise, and we will start with Deirdre.
Hello all, I am Deirdre. You usually find me stalking around in the Twitch chat as @PraxagoraThesmiophoria, hanging out here on the wonderful Scraticus's channel, and this week I'm going to be playing Miss Vandrine, and Miss Vandrine is a wonderful elven cleric who's a little disconcerted about her current position.
Yes, I can imagine she would be. So going anti-clockwise around the screen, next is Bird vs. Plane.
Hey folks, I am Bird vs. Plane. I'm, like Scrat said, one half of Bird in the Storm. You can find me everywhere underneath the name Bird vs. Plane. And this week, I'm going to be playing Clarabelle Miller, who's just a sweet, charming girl from the South who sometimes gets a little upset with the folk around her. And she is one heck of a barbarian, let me tell you.
Next around the screen, we welcome Stervino Lady. Oh, hi, Jess.
Hi, I am Jessica, aka Stervino Lady. I am a comic artist and podcaster, and you can check out my stuff on Twitter. I will be playing Mabel. Mabel is a beautiful pink tiefling that just is so excited about everything always, especially if it's sparkling and pink and colorful. She may be a little boy/girl crazy sometimes. They're just all so cute. And she is also a warlock whose patron is her good old Uncle Puck, that may have taught her one or two things that are not quite kosher, but she hasn't seemed to notice yet, so...
Fantastic. Lastly, most certainly not leastly, we welcome Skyra Moss. Oh, hi, Skyra.
Hey guys, I'm Skyra. You can find me sometimes on Monty Cook Games doing Isle of Lycia on Sundays. Also Thursdays, I do Star Wars Ballad of the Garbage People over on Phantom Roll Booth. This week, I'm going to be playing Salandra, a gnomish swamp druid who specializes in illusion and poisons.
So, first a short intro, and whilst I do this intro, I would like each of you to roll me a d12. On the outskirts of a town in the heartland is a two-story building made of stone that has stood for almost 200 years. That building is called, for better or worse, the Maison Derrière. A bawdy burlesque house that has provided people with years of entertainment, thrills and amusement, but has also provided safety and home to others. This house caters to a variety of tastes and ideals of beauty. Within it is a lavish stage, a bar, and an inn of sorts on the upper level. Its house, Mama Candy, is an elf who has done his best to ensure Maison doubles as a safe space for those of differing and transitioning orientation and gender. He provides shelter, guidance, and protection to the abused, the needy, and the wayward. In exchange, he expects them to maintain his establishment, most as cooks, maids, and house hands, but some as dancers and performers, wherever they feel their skills are put best. Few in the nearby town object to the Maison Derrière. Even the most puritanical of folks cannot deny the good it provides to wayward souls. Many of townsfolk visit the tawdry establishment to get their kicks in secret. On this occasion, you, the player characters, have found yourselves staying the night at the Maison Derrière. Whatever your reason for visiting, you have found yourself here and had a tremendously good time. Perhaps too good a time, as we look back through our roles. As we go round, I will tell you what the dice say you did last night, and if you could introduce, I forgot to mention donkeys are aliens. We will go around, and as well as telling you what the dice say you got up to last night, I will also ask you to introduce your preferred pronouns, both for yourself and your character, for us today, in the interest of inclusivity. So we'll go around in the same order again. So we'll start with Deirdre. Deirdre on a 12. 2 12s. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, sorry.
I rolled a 4.
Yes, you
There are
did.
2 4s and 2 12s.
2
Yes,
4s and
I
2
rolled a
12s.
4.
Do you know what? In the interest of having a bit of a mix,
Want me to roll that again?
I'd like two of you to volunteer to roll again.
I will
Yeah.
volunteer.
Okay, well, okay.
Typically, you two both had a 4. So ideally, either Skyra or Jess would volunteer to also
Yeah,
reroll.
I can definitely volunteer to roll again.
Okay, so we've got Vandrine and...
Yeah, I got this.
Oh no, I tried to roll again.
Okay, here, I'll do it.
I'm meant to.
There we go.
Mathematicians in chat.
Clearly that 12 was meant to be.
Can someone please check out the stats on that actually happening? Because that's improbable. Anyway. So, Vandrine, rolling a 6. You are here on business. You came to the Maison Derrière for work, not pleasure. Mama Candy paid for an ad on the city's mercenary board seeking qualified protection and help. You spent much of the evening drinking and discussing hidden threats to the livelihood of the Burlesque house. Specifically, a slighted bandit leader tall as Joe, who was forcibly removed from the house and who swore he'd be back. Now, if this doesn't fit your character, this can all be a big misunderstanding. It still happens, but it just doesn't fit.
I think Vandrine would be there. I think she may have misunderstood what the actual notice was about. She's like, I'm just going to help people and maybe provide some spiritual and medical care. And you want me to chase somebody? Okay. Maybe if I get some help. I don't chase people. They come to me. I heal them. They get better. They go home. It's good.
Indeed.
And for the pronouns, Vandrine is going to be she, and I'm going to be she.
Perfect. Bird. On a 4, you drank too much. Feeling comfortable amongst such welcoming people, you decided to get a little rowdy. You outdrank an enormous drag queen, sampled numerous cocktails, and even invented a new drink named after you. A hot mess, your drunk butt was dragged upstairs to fall into bed.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Clarabelle, after working a long spell, she was just looking to relax a little bit, meet some fine country folk. And boy, howdy, there's none finer than the clientele of the Maison Derriere. Some say a little too fine, a little too friendly, because folks everywhere were willing to buy her some drinks. Oh, and she had plenty of tall tales for them. So as the night went on, she continued to just knock them back because Clarabelle is always one to answer a challenge, even from a hoity-toity big old drag queen. Because that drag queen, big as they may be, Clarabelle's pretty big herself. But having the honor of the Clarabelle cocktail named after her certainly did her no favors that night, as she got a little too tipsy, had to be carried up to her room, and is now trying to put the pieces back together. Where did this brawl come from? It's not mine. I don't think it is. And she's just trying to figure it all out. Bird's pronouns are he, him. Clarabelle's pronouns are she, her.
Perfect. Next around, Jess, this 12 absolutely had to be. Last night, Mabel came out. The Maison Derriere is a safe space, one where you felt comfortable and amongst people you felt kinship with. Deep down, something about the liberated atmosphere clicked with you, and you felt you could be who you were truly meant to be. You brought around for the bar, tipped the dancers, and announced it to a peal of applause, cheers, and whistles.
Mabel's just so happy to be around all these people, and they're so nice and they're so friendly, and they all bought me drinks, and they're all really cute. I mean, like, all of them? It doesn't matter. So yeah, she's very excited about those.
And pronouns?
Oh, pronouns for Jessica and Mabel are both she, her.
She, her. Perfect. And lastly, Skyra.
Yes.
On a 10, Solandra saved the day. It's not every day you get to be the hero, but tonight was the night. A lecherous and handsy patron was harassing one of the dancers, and security must have been away. Thankfully, you stepped in and showed them the door, tossing them out on their ass. This earned you the dancers' respect and free drinks that night.
Yes, that is absolutely what went down. See, so straight from across the room, Solange whipped out her thorn whip and then chased him out the bar with her club. And also both our pronouns are she, her.
She, her. Sorry, Bud, did I hear that we're all she, her player characters? Yes, perfect.
We are all she, her.
Ladies' night at the Burlesque house.
Yeah.
Tonight is ladies' night. Oh, what a night. I know what would very much help during this. The notes I made last Friday.
No.
I mean...
Funny thing, doing all these prep streams. So, you are jostled awake. The room spins around as you groan, hungover from a night of joyous success. Dancer, you think you recognize, shakes you violently. Simultaneously, all of you. Apparently you've all been lumped in together. Wake up, you gods, please wake up, we're in trouble, he says, panicked. His nose is broken and bleeding. His eyes are wide and scared. He tells you to get dressed and head downstairs.
Are you okay? Can I see about that, please? You don't look well.
There's no time. You must go downstairs and see Mama Candy.
Real quick, I didn't happen to do that to you, did I? If I did, I'm mighty sorry.
No, it wasn't you. Please, quickly. There's no time to waste.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, definitely. Are you okay? Is everything all right?
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know. And he just flees from the room.
Maybe
Okay.
gets stressed and starts walking down.
Yeah. Vanjine wasn't passed out drunk. She was just kind of resting, decided some of these people are very nice. I'm just gonna chill here tonight. It's okay, everything's okay. It's fine, it's all fine. And then she's gonna work her way downstairs.
Yeah,
And-
Solandra slept very well. Kicking terrible people out of places is a favorite of hers. So she
Clarabelle.
chases.
Clarabelle's going to chase after as well, but also kind of interested in Vandrine's offer to heal somebody because she has got the mother of all hangovers, and this headache is not befitting her.
Looks like we got a new friend.
I can. Oh, okay. Do you need help with that? I have some very nice tinctures that work well with that. Also, I've heard that really you don't want anything that I have. What you really want is a very large mess of eggs, hash brown scattered, covered, and smothered, and you know.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Can you
Do you
tell
have
if that's
some of
the
that?
best thing I've ever heard or the worst thing I've ever heard for this moment? But either way, let's go.
Give me about like 5 minutes, and we can we can have some of that.
There's food downstairs. Definitely going down.
Rushing downstairs, you can see a variety of patrons that you recognize from the last night. You can see Little Sexy, the halfling, who is the heart of the house. Dimsy, she's sitting on a barrel at the back, now very heavy with pregnancy, and supported by Kala, the respectably sized. Nightshade.
Rubenesque.
That could be a good word for it. Nightshade and Grimbo are also around. Nightshade, very slim, carrying a quiver of arrows, and Grimbo, an orcish, she's a butch female orc lesbian, and she's not shy about it. Mama Candy stands, bringing everyone in. Mama Candy wears an open-fronted dress with thigh-high boots, and he says to everyone, he is looking to you and says, "There's an army of bandits headed our way.
Oh
They're
my
led
goodness.
by Tallest Joe, and many of the dancers spit on the ground at his name."
Oh, okay. That's not very sanitary. Okay.
We're not sure, but we think they're coming to burn down the Burlesque house. I've already sent most of our guests and performers away to the city for help, but it won't arrive before they do. It's a lot to ask, but will you help us against them?
Of course.
Yes, I'm more than happy to. Does this young lady need help? She looks a little unwell. I mean, I understand that pregnancy occurs and that's not her unwellness, but she's not in labor, right? Because that would be problematic at the moment.
She's not in labor, but it's very, very close.
Well, you guys figure out what we're doing. I'm gonna go take care of her for a hot second, okay? Okay, good.
And as Vandrine separates herself off, Mama Candy turns to you and says, she's in no condition to be moved right now. We would have sent her to the village if we could, but there's just no way.
Okay, well, we just have to make sure that this area where she is the safest area there is.
Yeah, I just had me a drink named after myself. I am not letting no one tear down my new legacy.
Yeah, I'm definitely not letting any bandits get in this bar, especially when there's innocent people.
Who's
That too.
Joe guy, and what is his problem?
I mean, we talked about it. I guess I talked about it. You weren't there. I talked about it with Mama Candy a little bit last night, and obviously he got thrown out and was quite unruly gentleman and not someone that I would rather hang around. Apparently, to all accounts.
It's by all accounts, that's correct. He's a slimy, despicable bandit chief. He thought that the Maison Derriere was a brothel, and when we refused, kicked him out, but he swore revenge.
Well, he doesn't sound very nice.
Well, the maid that woke you, the dancer that woke you, he was out this morning scouting, and came across a bandit scout with a couple of the cooks. They were looking for food, of course, you know, gay. And they came across this bandit scout, and the scout shot one of them and killed their horse with a bow. Miraculously, they were able to get away, and they slew the bandit. But that's when they noticed the whole host of them heading this way.
Oh,
Okay.
that poor horse.
Yeah.
Well, so, all right. So we need like a plan, right? We need to know who's going where and who can do what, and obviously not the pregnant one.
I mean, at this point, based on my examination, I would recommend she move herself to a back room and possibly lie down and possibly begin boiling water and maybe possibly begin preparing for a new member of the establishment.
Yeah, when we got pregnant heifers and such on the farm, we try to not make any loud noises. Not to call you a heifer, ma'am. You look positively glowing and radiant. But just the process of the situation, we want to make sure you got a nice and calm day ahead of you. So let's get her somewhere quiet, and we will go handle, Tallest Joe?
Tallest Joe.
That's the laziest damn nickname I ever heard of. I'm guessing he's not even that tall.
Maybe it's supposed to be like a one of those, inversion things. Like you call the guy who's bald curly, or the guy who's really, really tall shorty. Maybe it's supposed to be like that, and he's really, really tiny, and he just has a problem. He's trying to accommodate for the fact that he's really just short, and I don't know.
Maybe
Well,
there's just a lot of Joes. Like one's
there's
tall, and then he's the most tall.
Oh, I get it. Like if there's a messy one, you could call him like Sloppy Joe or something.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, just like that.
He does. He is short.
Well, that should just make him easier to beat down. No offense to the gnomes. Sorry.
Oh. Well, I can do some beating of my own. She waves her club.
Oh no, I totally believe it. Just it's like if you were gonna like stomp or jump from butt, there's like the whole. I'll stop.
I mean, it would make sense to me. Although, do we really want to go out after them? I mean, maybe it's better if we're in control here, because she can't move. Again, I reiterate my point. She can't move.
How much time will we have before Tallest Joe and his men get here?
I'm so glad you asked. We've maybe got about 30 or 40 minutes. And I'm going to put a real clock on the stream today.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
So chat, you can begin commencing your bets on which of us is going to die first.
Oh no!
All right.
You have until you have 45 minutes exactly.
So out of character, what is the layout of the area?
So you're in a room currently. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. Multitasking, I'm terrible at it. And I'm wasting your time, teehee.
He's wasting our time on purpose. This is ridiculous.
It's okay. We've got a bar.
Outrage.
We've got an upstairs. We've got a downstairs. We should have enough alcohol for some definite Molotov cocktails in our life. And windows need to be shut up. Also, probably have a stairwell that's easily defendable as well. Just basic shapes.
Yeah, essentially, in the module, let me just check this before I go screaming it as gospel. In the module, they don't actually... Well, no, yes, they do. They do. So I was 100% lying. It's a good thing I checked. You are currently standing... There's a room with 5 tables and chairs all about. There is a stage bar. Behind the curtain, there is some more rooms. There is a kitchen off to the side, accessible behind the bar. The bar is immediately as you come in via the entryway. The entryway is opposite the bar. And to the right is the stairs leading to the stairwell and leading upstairs, where all the bedding area is.
Okay.
Outside, is there any kind of like ditch or something we could turn into like a moat-ish type thing?
There is a fence surrounding the house. It's heavy iron, but it's old and rusted, and there's a lot of gaps. There you go, chat. The timer is now at the top of the Roll20 bar. We're just dancers. I don't know much about I don't know much about defending a place.
I do know some spells that might help us.
Like what? Like, what's your plan here? Are we gonna like booby trap this whole place like some sort of child left at home by himself over the holidays?
I mean that's not okay. Maybe I was a little bit like that. Okay, look, I got this spell that I can kind of like get them all tangled up in some vines right before they come in the door. So like that'll slow them down a lot.
I can help make sure you guys, you know, are feeling better, and if it comes to it, I have some very serious abilities to do some damage, I guess, but you know, important things important.
My first thought was I have a fun spell that can make things look they're there and they're not there, and if we had some type of like hole and I made it look like it wasn't a hole, and then they would try and walk over the hole and they'd fall down the hole.
That's a good whole idea. I like the idea.
On the hole?
On the whole,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not sure where we're gonna get a hole though.
Yeah, I think that we'd have to do it outside. Otherwise, we would be destroying and digging up Mama Candy.
Not inside. I was thinking outside.
I mean, could you do that to the whole building? I mean, that might be nice if you could do it to the whole building.
Can't quite get it big enough for a whole building yet. I'm working on it. At some point, I will definitely be able to do that.
No, I have total faith and believe in you, and I'm sure you will do that as soon as you can. But I also understand that you can't do it yet, so that makes sense. That makes sense.
Like a small, you know, if I were to guess, like a 10-foot by 10-foot radius ish.
I've also I know this other spell that's like it's like a fairy spell, right? And if I cast it, I can make all of the bandits glow, and it'll make them a lot easier to hit.
It makes them all shiny and pretty, and you can like pick the color.
Yeah.
I like that plan because my addition to this whole situation is I can hit people. It about begins and ends right there.
We'll definitely need someone to hit people.
I'm your girl.
That's a very important portion of the plan.
But what about defending this place? I mean, shouldn't we do things like, I don't know, barring the doors and windows?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, barring the doors and windows, I'm going to have to. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to appropriate a large quantity of your liquor stores, and possibly. Do you have any major spices in that kitchen that you have over there? Because I may have like a cousin, and she may have told me how that, you know, it's really and she did this and it was a really bad idea, and she decided to just throw a big pile of pepper in her brother's face, and it made him not be able to see and sneeze, and I had to take care of it.
It's okay. We won't tell on your cousin.
No, really, it really was my cousin.
Bless your heart, darling.
Confused.
So yes, definitely boarding of things. So how many people are there around that can do all this prep stuff with us that aren't pregnant and going into labor?
Any of us can. I can help. Grimbo can help. Nightshade. All of us.
Okay. So we'll definitely need someone to grab things that you can put in front of other things that are heavy and keep people from getting into things. And if someone could dig a hole, or
all those dressers full of the nice sparkly clothing and stuff, we need you. I know they're very nice, they're very elegant. Very carefully take those clothes out so we can move those because we need to block the windows and the doors. Everything we can that's not bolted down, we're going to need.
Grimbo strides forward, the butch half-orc lesbian. She, I can help do that. I'll head upstairs and I'll start emptying the wardrobes.
And maybe find as many candles as you can get. Those would be useful.
Candles.
My cousin liked to put them in bottles with alcohol and then throw them out of windows.
I think I like your cousin.
Little Sexy jumps up, and she says, I can go and grab all the candles. I can gather candles. That's fine.
That would be useful. Thank you so much.
And then if we take some of the tables down here and turn them up on their side, we can use them to hide behind. When they come in, if they get in.
Including that poker table over there. Because I know that has slate underneath, and that would be really good to put in front of the door.
Oh, yeah, we should definitely block the door with that one. That sounds heavy.
Now, they were coming here to burn this place down. Is that what you said?
I guess.
So we got to leave at least one door open in case the worst possible outcome happens. We can still get these people out of here.
You know, that's oh no, you just gave me a really thought. You see, if they're coming to burn the place down, they don't need to get inside to burn the place down, and if we're all trapped inside and they light it on fire, that's going to be a problem.
Oh yeah.
I think we need to think outside the burlesque house.
Maybe if we leave all of the fortifications and then we meet them outside.
Is there a well nearby or a pump that you guys use?
There's a well that feeds the kitchen.
Because if we could get a whole bunch of water and just like wet down the area and make it really difficult if they wanted to burn it down, it would be like, easy.
I mean, I'd rather them not burn down my...
Well, no, yeah. I'm just saying, if they threw fire and then it was wet wood and then it wouldn't catch on fire.
See, she's got an idea there. That's a real good idea right there.
I mean, couldn't we maybe bar the windows with damp wood?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They throw water on everything, and then the wood is damp, and then
we'll do it. We'll do it from outside, so nothing gets damaged inside.
Okay. Ooh. Is Nightshade still around?
Nightshade's still around, yeah.
Hey, Nightshade, I see you're carrying a quiver of arrows there. Are you gonna go with those?
I can be.
Well, I got a good feeling that it might be the four of us, she says, looking at the group of players here, who are kind of getting into the nitty-gritty of it. Is there any way you could go up to that second story and kind of, I don't know, you see someone a little distracted, take a little pot shot?
And we might light some people up for you, so it'll be easier for you to see them.
Actually, as it happens, hiding and shooting is... Yes, I can do that for you, yes.
Excellent. Please do not shoot me in the back.
Do you want me to do that now? I can do that when they come and help out for now. I want to be useful.
that sounds like a good idea. But stop and see me before you go, because I might have something to help you do it even better. Because sometimes Sylvanas likes me, and I can help him make other people do things better than when they usually do them.
Okay.
So, Landry, you said you had like fun, like thorny stuff. Could we make it so they kind of have to, if we funnel them into like an area so that they couldn't get through a certain area, and then we get them where we want them, it'd be really easy.
Yeah.
Where the hole's gonna be.
I got this spell, and it like makes all these vines come out of the ground, and then they get all tangled up in them, and it's like really hard for them to move, and they get all stuck there.
All right. We do have someone digging the hole. Did we get that?
Should I start digging a hole?
I mean, you're probably the best to do that at the moment.
All right. She starts walking away before she like turns on her heel and comes back. Will someone tell me where to dig this hole?
How about 15 feet in front of the front door?
All right. She takes off. She's very excited about digging a hole.
I'm very excited that she's digging the hole.
Kala and Mama Candy are like, well, would you like us to help?
If you I'm sure if that Clarabelle would really like some help digging that hole. It could make it go faster.
That'd be great. Thank you. She says already at the door.
Kala, the plus-size dancer, starts heading out with Clarabelle. She has a surprising grace to her movement. It flows.
You dance really well. Maybe you can teach me later. Okay.
If we survive.
I'm sorry.
Is there?
Oh, yeah.
Is there? I'm sorry. This is to Mama. Is there anything you could tell us about Joe that might help us like get into his head, and really psych him out?
Not really. I've had some interaction with him.
Like, would he get really mad if we insulted his mama or if his daddy?
Or is there like a taller Joe that he feels really inadequate around?
I mean, he's a pompous ass of a man who abuses men and women in equal measure.
So we should insult his mama then. That's usually been my experience, that somebody who feels that they can get away with that feels that if we insult his mama, he'll get pissed and make stupid choices.
Is there anything he doesn't like? Like, does he not like, I don't know, big scary things?
Oh, yeah,
Or
yeah. Is he scared of
mice?
anything? Because I can make some really good illusions and maybe I can.
Spiders?
I mean...
Is he scared of bears? I can be a bear.
I don't think so. He's a rogue of a man.
Oh.
So probably the cops.
Well, what cops? That's the question.
Not any good ones. Oh, but Sky, Salandra, maybe you could, if you could be a bear, could you also be a snake?
Oh, maybe.
I've
never tried to be a snake, so I'm not sure.
Okay, because if you can be a snake, then maybe you can bite him on his butt.
So there might be other places that are slightly more sensitive that you might want to bite him, but I wouldn't recommend it because he sounds gross.
Yeah, I don't want to get any like weird bandit diseases. I've heard stories.
I mean, I can say from experience of the ones that come into the temple that they're not the most hygienic group of people in the world, and I wouldn't want you to get sick. That would be not my choice.
Yeah, I did see one time a bear eating a bandit though. I mean, he died of natural causes though on the road, I'm sure. It definitely wasn't me or anyone that I know. Just a regular bear and a regular bandit. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
I mean, yeah, that would probably be okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got barred up windows. We're gonna have a thorn area that'll filter them into the hole. We're gonna wet the outside so it's more difficult to burn. We've got someone on the roof shooting pot shots at people.
Molotov cocktails.
Pepper bombs.
Because those are fun.
So you have 28 minutes on the clock. I would like a description of how you prepare each of these things, and I would also like some rolls.
Okay.
Well, Clara and Kara are just going at it out there. I mean, I feel like Clara's the brute force, but as they start doing it, maybe Kala gives her some tips on how to do it more gracefully and more refined like. And so it's more even kind of pulls. And so we kind of work as a more productive, well-oiled machine.
Yeah, okay.
And would you like a strength check or something else?
Strength for athletics?
Oh, definitely strength, please. Yeah, it's a 14.
That's not bad.
That's okay.
That's Twitch chat. I don't want to type that in Twitch chat. That's a different
It's
thing.
technically a hole.
You're both digging well, and soon this hole is opening up. It's going more wide than deep currently.
That's okay.
Oh, you know what? I've got this other really cool spell that might help. Is are any of you kind of like need better armor? Kind of you might get hurt a lot if the bandits hit you, and you don't want to get hurt so much from the bandits.
I
'Cause
mean,
I got this thing and it makes your skin hard like bark, and then the bandits can't hit through your skin because it's like armor.
I think Miss Clarabelle would be beneficial for that. I've got some really nice kind of. The temple gives us this stuff.
I would love for you to make me a tree lady, please. And thank you.
You're gonna be a tree. It'll be so good. I like trees. Trees are nice.
Should I go and check on Dimsy? He didn't look too great.
Yeah, I wanted to see him before, but he wouldn't let me.
Dimsy, the pregnant man.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, there was a witch that visited.
No, because I thought you meant the guy who got hit in the face.
No, Dimsy was the pregnant man.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I got confused. He looked okay. I set him up in the back, and I have a kind of. I'm hopeful it's okay.
Is Dimsy with someone that can like let us know if Dimsy is going into labor?
I feel like someone should be with him.
Yeah, that might be good. I'll go check on him, and then I'm gonna go make some of my cousin's pepper bombs.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
we'll help make the Molotov cocktails.
Yeah. Do you want that medicine check for?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see how this goes. Not bad.
You get a very good read on his condition. It's very strange. A man being pregnant. This is not normal practice in any sense of the word. It looks like he's about 9 months. It looks like his waters could drop any second.
Okay. Well, you're gonna sit here, and I'm gonna hand you this. You're gonna sit here, and you're gonna scream real loud, and if you start to feel any pain, start walking around the room, because that would actually be better at that point. Because I'm sorry to say this, but we really don't have time for you to go into protracted labor. Avoiding labor would be best, but if you actually go into labor, we need you to start walking around so that we can get you through labor as quickly as possible.
Mabel's trying to remember the laws cast where they tell you to scream real loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scream real loud, and then I'll come help you walk, because, 5 minutes of labor, doable. A couple hours might not be so good.
Okay, this is nothing like what the book says about Dimsy, but I feel like I have to do it now thanks to chat. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ala Jr. So, okay, I'll do my best.
Dimsy's giant.
Okay, well, you sit.
If I start feeling pain, start walking around.
And scream.
And scream.
Real loud.
Scream real loud. Okay.
and usually say something like, baby's coming or something like that. Because if you're just screaming,
The baby is coming. Okay, the baby is coming. Get to the back room. The baby is coming.
yeah. So you're here and you've got a footstool. Keep your feet elevated, and you've got some water. Drink that slowly.
Drink water slowly. Okay.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, I'm gonna go make some pepper bombs, and then hopefully, life will be good. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Random DM question.
Yes.
On that 24, do I think that this birth is going to occur naturally, or will have to be a C-section?
I was thinking about that myself, and you know what? It's up to you. Because I'm trying to think mechanically how it would work. And all I can think of is not pleasant and probably not okay to say on TSS. But you know,
So let's go with that C-section. Then.
there we go.
Yeah.
Like you know,
you said that this is like witch-induced and magical. Let's go with the C-section.
I mean, for a second I was imagining a bowling ball hitting the 10 pins and them splitting like down the middle.
That's not how that works.
Well, no, exactly, because the bowling pin shouldn't be anywhere near the equation.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like that scene from Alien, and the baby just kind of busts out the belly button.
Yeah.
That could work
Yeah.
easier naturally, I guess.
That might
I'm
be a
sorry,
lot more
Bert. You
problem-
look so
That might be a
pained.
lot bigger problem dealing with,
Yeah, probably want to do
If
that.
you are doing C-section, you could probably just start it now while we still got 20 minutes to go.
That is exactly 20 minutes as well.
Do I start the complex surgery with 20 minutes to go?
Better than when someone's throwing fire at you.
Okay.
I can,
All right.
I can last it out. I'll be okay. I promise. I'll manage to hold off the birth until afterwards.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. Babies come when they want, unless somebody helps take them out.
Well,
And you don't get to tell the baby when he or she or them get to come.
but where is it going to go?
Well, I'm gonna have to take it out, but it would be better for the baby if it was at term, and that would usually be when you would go into labor, and usually that involves large amounts of pain in various locations and not comfortable ways processes. But I mean, we could do it now if you want.
Do I have to decide right now?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
So, whilst we go around everyone else preparing the house for this, we're going to do this in a series of medicine checks. I will take one medicine check every 5 minutes, and that will
Okay.
determine how the birth goes.
All right.
D&D
Jack?
labor, everyone.
Hey, Denny Dinsworth. I'm sorry. I really didn't. Miss Candy said your name so fast. I missed it. I'm sorry.
My name is Dimsy.
Dimsy. Dimsy. Just a quick question. I know this is obviously not. It's magical. This is very obviously magical. But
Yes, there
there's
was a
nothing to
witch.
suggest. Okay, so it was a witch. So that there's nothing to suggest that the baby isn't anything other than humanoid and not like a fiend or a devil or
Oh, I hope not.
I resemble that remark.
I mean,
You do not you do not resemble that remark.
I mean, I do have a horn and
I
tail,
mean,
so
honestly,
I kinda do.
she seemed like a really nice lady. She told me lots of stories about magic and such, and I was really taken by her, honestly, and I requested that she could brew me a potion to keep me strong and virile, and unfortunately the potion did this, I believe.
Oh, okay. So potion mishap. That's good. That we can work with. No. Okay, that's fine.
You took something from all of that?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go somewhere else, as we've got 17 minutes. Someone else, pick up the ball. What are we doing?
I'm making Molotov cocktails.
Okay, how are you doing that?
Grabbing flammable bottles of liquor and stuffing various rags down them, and then like lighting them up on various windowsills with candles within grabbing distance.
And Little Sexy's helping you. She's bringing the candles. You know, what kind of role would you like to make for the success of your? It feels like maybe some sort of maybe sleight of hand with intelligence as a modifier instead of dexterity, maybe.
Yeah. Oh no.
But what is your intelligence?
My intelligence is a +2.
Oh, so the same. So you know, you're sort of like trying to do it, and you're sort of like fumbling it a little bit. The candles are just a little bit too big for the holes. But little Dimsy, she comes to try and help you.
A little sexy.
Little Sexy, yeah. Little Sexy's like, don't worry, I see this problem all the time. And she just manages to force the candles into the bottle.
Tell me she goes to grab lube.
Oh yeah, she's got the KY jelly out. She's just like lubing up these candles. In they go, dead easy. Makes it look easy. It's honestly easier if you pass her the candles and she puts them in the bottle.
Alright, I'm now Little Sexy's helper. Just ask for things.
Skyra. Or shall we, as we're getting to the 15-minute mark, Vandrine, shall we have the first medicine check from you? How would you describe the incision based on a 9?
You shouldn't have moved. I told you not to move.
I thought you said breathe deeply.
I said not yet. Crap. Okay. This is okay. Just lie back and faint. It'll be good.
Lie back and faint? Why would I faint? And he looks down at his stomach and just starts freaking out. Oh, it looks like a crooked smile.
It's okay. I can fix that. But first we gotta get the baby delivered safely for you and the baby. So lie back and faint.
I don't know how to faint.
Solandra walks over and starts doing an illusion cantrip so that he can't see what's going on at his stomach. It just looks like sunshine and rainbows.
Oh, well, this is very pretty, but it doesn't stop the pain.
Here, drink this. And she hands him a bottle of the rat gut that she pulled from behind the bar. Preparing for the Molotov cocktails earlier.
Yeah, by all means.
Here, drink this.
Okay.
One
brandy,
sip.
okay.
Okay, chug. Thank you. And then she's gonna take the rest of it and she's gonna pour it over the incision.
Go! I'm not gonna scream because I just remembered after Alice's comment that it's like midnight here right now.
As she pours the rock gut, extra sparkles come out across his stomach.
So, in an attempt to make him faint, can Clarabelle come and just say, "Now, sweetheart, that baby's got to come out, and either it comes out this way, or it comes out another, and that other way is gonna hurt even worse than this. You catch my drift?"
So,
do you catch my drift? And I would love to roll an intimidate on this, just to make him think about how bad it would go.
So Clarabelle comes in covered with dirt from the hole she's been digging outside, and walks into the labor room like a pig farmer, and she intimidates Dimsy into fainting. Please do roll an intimidation.
It's so bad. Why is it so bad?
Oh.
Can't intimidate Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Only Sonia could do that.
You're like distracting him though, and he looks your way and he's like, "Which other place?"
It's the. She's very like distraught that this didn't work, so she's like, the in your britches, the back of your where the flap comes down in your jammies.
You mean
I'm not helping. I'm so sorry. And I'll go back to the hole, and she
just tracks dirt back down the stairs. You have 12 minutes.
Okay.
We'll say the hole is dug. That's fine. And all the things that you were doing are done. Little Sexies managed to get all of the candles in the holes. In the bottles, sorry. Skyra and Vandrine are tending to Dimsy, it would seem.
Yeah, Cilantro doesn't need to do the sparkles anymore now that Dimsy's passed out, so she's gonna,
Dimsy didn't pass out.
Oh, that's right.
Clarabelle failed awfully.
Sorry, I forgot already. But, okay, Cilantro thinks that's a really good idea, though, so she's gonna stop with the sparkles and try testing some of her illusion cantrips to see which ones might scare the bandits.
Are you doing this in the same room? So Dimsy is sitting there looking across as all these different. Can you explain some of these?
Well, she starts off with just a very loud, like, the sound of an angry bear.
Oh.
And then she.
Okay, don't stop.
Is that scary? Do you think that'll scare the bandits?
I could probably be 15% scarier.
Maybe. Oh, okay. Okay.
But not.
So then she has another illusion. It's like a wolf and his muzzle's all dripping in blood and.
Ooh, that's good. I like that one.
Oh no! Could you please make me a second medicine check, Vandrine, as we hit 10 minutes left to go. You managed to position and maneuver the baby. You've got a good firm hold. You've managed to turn it the way it wants to be turned. There's no complications. It looks as though it's going to. Nothing's caught at the moment. Everything seems to be going well. The rest of you had so many plans. What are we doing next?
So did we get the stuff in front of the windows and everything else, or do we need to do that still?
You're supposed to do that. You only did the.
I'll do that. The hole's done. I'm moving shit. Let's go. And so I'm just throwing empty wardrobes in front of windows and in front of stuff to block the extra entrances.
Don't forget the poker table in front of the door. That'll be heaviest.
The science thing you talked about, yes. And so she will go do that, where she moves the specific table that Vandrine mentioned.
I hate to tell you this. The burlesque main doors swing both ways.
Nice. Mark it.
Does somebody have any a tar we can put on the hinges? Then it won't be able to swing at all.
Ooh, molasses? We could put molasses in front of the door. It'll make it difficult to walk around, right?
Yeah.
That's actually
molasses.
That's a great idea, because we can even leave the doors open so they'll have to come through that entrance, and that way we can all kind of wallop them at the same time.
Have any more of that stuff you were using to fit the candles in the bottle? Because that seems like, you could put it somewhere and make the bandits all slip.
We've got tubes and tubes of the stuff.
Gather it all up.
I'd put it right in front of the door, and maybe if we hold the doors like with a rope until somebody starts to come forward, and then we pull the rope so that when they go to reach for it, it hits them in the face.
If you put
I may have done that to my cousin.
On the outside, and then it's all like ew, and then they don't want to touch it.
Vandrine is busy right now helping with birthing, so pepper bombs is one of the things that we were going to make.
Okay, who's making those?
I can give it a shot.
Okay.
I wish it was a roll.
So will you be making these near Vandrine so Vandrine can give you instructions?
I will start to. I'll bring all the stuff into the room, which is like, which spice should I use?
Yeah, these, out, not here.
So for mixing them, I guess that would be something along the lines of like chemistry or something like that. What have we got? Maybe straight intelligence or something along those sort of. Maybe not necessarily intelligence. If you can think of anything suitable, maybe survival, something like that. 7 minutes.
I guess intelligence.
For those of you in chat, I'm putting the numbers in the Zoom chat so that everyone's on board with just how quickly time's going. On a 10, again, Dimsy is helping you. Not Dimsy, Little Sexy, sorry.
Little Sexy, I don't know what I would do without you.
Don't speak too soon. Oh no, Dimsy, Little Sexy, she's just like, she like sees you struggling and she's like, no, look, you mix the powders like this. Yeah, it's just like face paint, You just mix like this.
I like sneeze and the powder goes in my eye and I'm like, ah.
Ouch. Yep.
So Solandra's taking a bunch of those tubes of lube outside and she's gonna spread it around in front of that hole, all around the hole, so that when the bandits run up, they slide right in.
Excellent. You've spread the lube all around the hole so that the bandits just slide right in when they walk up to the...
We can fit so many guys in this hole now.
For those of you out in chat, please remember that RPGN will be returning next week in October. And send your clips to powerscorerpg@gmail.com.
This is right up their alley, literally. So we are approaching 5 minutes. Vandrine, could we have perhaps the final medicine check? Perhaps.
Fingers crossed I don't kill this kid. I don't kill the kid! Yes!
Hooray!
You manage to remove the child. It's very, very confusing. It's sort of like coming out of a mythical womb or something like that. This is very strange, okay? Everything's just happening in a very strange way. There is a long pipe that somehow a placenta comes out of this thing. And then it all just seems to reform sort of roughly back to like male shaped, but really swollen. And sore.
We call that baby weight. That's a good thing. It means the baby should be healthy, and you'll get rid of it in about like 4 months, maybe.
The baby,
depending on your diet.
With that good roll, the baby begins to cry.
Yay, Apgar!
Mabel pops her head. Is it a tiefling?
I don't.
It might be fiendish.
We're doing this now. The baby is a human. Is a perhaps at least it looks humanoid, so perhaps a human. And
any obvious ears, tusks, horns, tail?
I mean, they could be regular canines. They could be fangs. They could be pointed ears. They could just be not as round as the average. It's difficult to tell. It's difficult to tell at this stage.
Well, Dimsy, I can happily say that you have a humanoid baby of the currently male gender, and
Thank you. I knew it was coming.
Okay, here. Let me. And I had stated earlier that I wanted like water to do this, so I'm going to clean the baby and wrap the baby very tightly and hand it off to Dimsy. Here, stay, and
Thank you so much.
See if you can nurse.
I mean, I'll give it a go. On that note,
is there milk anywhere like goat's milk or
preferably goat. Cows aren't so good for humanoids. Yeah.
I'm so happy. We have 3 minutes left, and you can see outside, Salandra, as you are spreading all the lube around the hole trap you've created. You can see men coming over the hill.
Mabel quick puts up her illusion. It's good for 10 minutes to make the hole look like normal everyday place you can walk.
So what's the plan? Are we meeting them like out up front? Are we waiting for them to come in here? What's the idea here?
I thought we were hiding in the front door and then hitting them when they got stuck.
Excellent.
And fell on the stuff.
So, yeah, that's perfect with me. Cool. I just want to double check. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed.
And we've got Salandra on thorny area.
And I'll be hiding in the back and watching so that I can make you all feel better and maybe help you guys. Yeah, I got that.
Oh man, anything with these last 2 minutes? Are we good to go? We ready to rumble?
Maybe we should be quiet and they won't realize we're here.
They're a little ways off. You still have time to maybe make some last-minute preparations if you'd like to.
Ooh.
Oh.
So I just realized the things that I was going to cast need concentration, and so I don't think I can do them both at the same time.
Well, you just got to pick your priorities.
I mean, the thorns might be most useful.
Yeah, we'll start with that at least. We can take turns.
Yeah.
Well, until you're able to free up your illusion, I'll throw some thaumaturgy out into the woods a little bit and give them creepy whispers.
Oh, that's perfect.
Maybe like pick off some of the less dedicated bandits.
Yeah, mess with their minds.
Also, don't forget, Mama Candy said it would be to our benefit to insult his mama.
Right.
It would make him angry.
The thaumaturgy whispers are all, your mother wouldn't want you to do this. She's very disappointed in you.
Joe. Screw it, let's go. And I just turned to face the door, waiting for him to come in.
Could I roll an intimidation with my thaumaturgy to see if any of the bandits kind of just like, never mind?
You can certainly try. Whilst you're rolling that, you see them march over the grass, their torches leaving heat waves in the light, their swords gleaming in the sun, bandits, many of them, getting closer and closer. 12 to be precise. 12 bandits. One creature stands several yards taller than the others. An Oni, a blue-skinned, one-eyed, horned ogre carrying a club in one hand and a stubby little man on his shoulder. The bandits are now 12 meters from the Maison Derriere, and the little man on the Oni's shoulder shouts something down to the bandits, who all snigger and laugh. He calls out to the house, "You dumb bints ought to surrender. I promise my men will go easy on you if you're compliant."
I don't think your mama likes you.
With a 21 intimidation, when you say that his mother shouldn't do that, he sort of swallows. The laughter stops amongst the bandits. And you hear the clatter of wood on wood as they begin throwing... you hear wood and glass shatter as they begin throwing objects at the windows.
Could I use Mage Hand to grab one? To try and grab one? And throw it back?
Of course. I think, first of all, let's us all roll initiative.
Oh god. Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
That's not bad.
So is that
We're all better than him.
Yes. So
Yes.
we start with Salandra.
Okay. So Salandra is going to cast Entangle at the group of bandits
Okay.
so that they will become restrained by vines.
Bavans. Okay.
One of my favorites.
Is that a save for me? That one, I think.
Yeah. Here, where is it?
Is it an initial save and then a save if they try to move through?
Yeah, and their speed they're restrained within it.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, so they have to make a strength save.
give me 1 second. Let me finish noting this, and then I shall do that. As we note down that it is Clarabelle, then indeed Mabel, followed by my turn, which includes all of your guys and my guys. Two, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And what is the DC?
The DC for a strength save is 12.
On a 12, you have entangled a good 3/4 of the group. They are tangled in the vines. I actually rolled Tallest Joe instead of the Oni. Actually, is the Oni's constitution strength modifier higher? Because that could be very intriguing. I was supposed to roll strength, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I messed that roll up altogether, so I get to roll again. Teehee.
Oh.
That's how that works. Or I can just change the modifier. The modifier is supposed to be a +4,
Whatever.
so the Oni wins. I'll re-roll.
Mm-hmm.
The Oni wins. Yeah, it's exactly the same roll, in fact. Nearly. The Oni just carries on striding as if it hasn't noticed. The majority of the bandits are stuck fast. Just 5 of them carry on. The rest getting all confused. You hear all sorts of noises out there. Hooray! Oh, what's going on? Lads. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I thought there was another one. No, not yet.
Okay.
That's
So next in the turn will be Vandream.
How far away is Tallest Joe?
Probably about standing around 30 to 40 feet back, letting his bandits do the work.
Okay. I'm gonna move to the window, and I'm going to try and Sacred Flame Joe off the top of the Oni, and say, maybe you should walk for yourself and not. That Oni didn't do anything to you. With 1 point if he makes the save.
Okay, hang on a second. Roll20 isn't letting me resize my character sheet. There we go. Got there in the end.
Yes!
It hits him. It doesn't knock him from the Oni with only 1 point of damage, but he does sway and shakes his fist. Oi!
Why don't you come pick on someone your own size, you shorty?
Oh, I'll pick on you, all right?
Yeah. Radiant damage. And then I'm going to duck back behind the wall.
Okay. Next in the line would be Clarabelle.
Okay, so they haven't passed the lubed up hole yet, have they? Like they're still
None of the bandits have made a pass at the lubed up hole.
excellent. Okay, well then I'm not going to mess up that plan. So I'm just going to kind of walk up a little bit closer, going to avoid the loophole for now. But I am going to take my gigantic branch that I've been carrying around, which is just a maul that I've reflavored, and yell out to these folks that it's beautiful. There are infinite worlds with infinite possibilities out there, and yet in every one of them where y'all try to take this tavern, I hit you with my big damn stick. I recommend you turn around and find someone, maybe a relatively taller person, to take orders from while you can still walk. And I'm going to just try to intimidate again. Hopefully this one goes better.
Okay. Intimidation.
Golly.
Not seeming to be your strong point. Oi! Don't you lot listen to him. Keep at it.
And I think I'm just going to wait.
Yeah, they are bound to Tallest Joe. Only just some of them waver, but they all carry on throwing bottles at the end.
Damn it. All right, well, I'm just going to wait because I'm like all melee essentially.
You could ready your action. I'll give you the intimidation check as a bonus action.
Okay, then I'll just say, all right. And she gets this giant two-handed branch and just kind of starts beating the ground in front of her. And as soon as someone comes close, they are going to get a walloping.
Are you like standing over the hole? Are you like?
I'm very close to that hole.
Yeah,
I'm on hole duty.
You're ready, poised above the hole.
Yes.
Holding your stick aloft above the hole.
Yes.
Okay. Just waiting for something to enter it, and then you'll beat it. Got it.
Exactly.
Perfect. Last of the players, Mabel.
Okay. So, quick question. Is the Oni a humanoid or no?
The Oni is a humanoid, yes.
Okay.
Well, a giant humanoid. It's a giant, technically.
Yeah, but it counts as humanoid for purposes of...
I'll give it to you.
Okay. All right, so Mabel's gonna call it, I really like how blue your skin is. It's really pretty. And we'll attempt to charm the Oni. Now they get a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's the DC on that?
The DC is 14.
Hey, she's saying I'm pretty.
You should come on over here.
Do we have to fight them? How does charm work? Is it? Can you pop the spell for me? I have to comply, right? Or is it just friends or something like that?
Charmed creature regards you as friendly acquaintance, and when the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you. I'm clicking it. For some reason, it doesn't want to like go into the chat.
Oh yeah, it can be a bugger. Sometimes you have to click on the speech bubble instead of the window. Sometimes there'll be a pop-up behind something else saying what level do you want to cast this spell. All Roll20 things that happen. But he turns and looks. He sort of like takes Toy's job and goes, "That's my friend. I want to help them." Well, you can't. You can't help them. They're all worthless. They're all here to keep us entertained, and sometimes they don't do it, and that means you've got to burn them to the ground.
We've got some really sparkly stuff that would look very good with blue.
Hey. They've got sparkly things. Joe, can we not fight them?
Come on over. Clarabelle let you through, it's fine.
So I'm looking at the Oni character sheet, and it's all things like honor bound, the Oni will fight for what it perceives to be the strongest warrior first, and all these other things. Okay, I like sparkly things. It puts Tallest Joe down and begins walking towards the melee of people.
I was hoping to bring Tallest Joe with them.
Of course, as it gets within the lubed hole, It slips and slides. And falls into the hole. And I'm going to take that as an attack. Which breaks charm, right?
Yeah.
So they tricked me. I'll whack and I'll crack. And Clarabelle, you're ready to action to attack the thing in the hole.
Would have looked real pretty in glitter, my friend. I'm sorry about this. And I'm going to hit him with my big old stick. Or 13, does that hit?
13 does not. It clatters against the Oni's chainmail.
Oh, shit. She says, realizing how this is all going.
That's not very nice. Next, I believe it's my turn, unless you have anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Mabel.
Nope, that's all I got.
So the Oni puts one hand on the edge of the hole and begins to try and climb out. Which it does not! It struggles and slips and slides and stays in the hole. Upstairs, he's going to look like a bandit. No, he's not going to look like a bandit. That doesn't work. It's going to say Tallest Joe, but we actually know that this is indeed... See mischievous Eggman arriving in chat. I still have your bits tracked somewhere in here. It's... from above, we know that Nightshade is waiting with his bow. And Nightshade leans out the window and takes fire. Now, it's going to say Tallest Joe, but this is, in fact, an attack by not Tallest Joe. Excuse me for a second whilst I quickly modify some things. Actually, no, it'll be fine. We'll just do it with a plain old dex. Oh, with a 19, he hits one of the bandits. The bow strikes the bandit, dealing... It's going to look like a scimitar, but it's not. Dealing 7 slashing damage. However, the shot takes the bandit by surprise, dealing an additional 6 points of damage. That bandit dies. 11 bandits now. The bandits continue to throw bottles. The ones that aren't restrained, of course. The 5 that aren't restrained throw their bottles at the windows. And 3 of the bottles land well, shattering through the glass, hitting the wardrobes as fiery liquor licks down the wardrobes. The wardrobes are now on fire. We did not wet them. That was one of the actions that we described, but never got round to doing. Unfortunately, childbirth took over a bit, I think. There was water dropped, but that's only on the floor of the upstairs bedroom, not...
Sorry about the childbirth, you know. Kind of usually stops everything. Or so I've been told.
We had our priorities, all right?
I'm not punishing. I'm just saying. Next, we have... well, actually, the rest of the dancers stay inside with you. So they do not take action. The rest of the bandits, the other 6 of them, are going to make strength checks to try and escape their 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to try and escape their entanglement. And another 3 break free, moving towards the establishment. We are back to the top of the turn order. And we start with Salandra.
Alright, so how many bandits are left trapped? Like 2? Was it?
3.
Sorry?
There's still
How many
3
bandits are still tangled?
There are still 3 tangled.
Okay.
One of them's
And-
fallen over.
Okay, and about how far would you say is it from the window to the closest bandit?
Well, some of them are right next to the place throwing bottles through the window, so say 10-15 feet.
Perfect. I'm going to maintain my concentration on the entangle spell, but I'm also going to cast poison spray at the nearest bandit.
Oh, okay.
And so, here we go. Where is it? So that one is a, they have to make a con save or take 1d12 poison damage.
The bandit falls to their knees. Not quite out, but suffering. You can see froth coming from their mouth. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, that's what you get for trying to burn down a brothel. Get out of here. That's it.
Vandrine.
Mr. Joe, you are very mean, and I don't think your mama raised you right. And I'm going to try and sacred flame him again. For 3 damage this time.
You can certainly have another pop at him. He is not getting wise. He's like standing up, brushing himself off after the Oni had put him down. And it catches him in the back, and he's and he's now cast in my headcanon by Danny DeVito, Home Alone style.
It's twins now. It's twins now. Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the same movie. We're going with twins. Okay. Okay. Well, Sylvanas doesn't like mean people. You're being mean. Stop.
Why you gotta?
Apologize. And apologize to the Oni because you don't treat him right.
I'll apologize.
I don't think that means what you think it means. I'm kind of certain it doesn't.
Sorry, that is possibly one of the funniest quotes I've ever seen. Thank you, Game for Real Life, for that nugget. We're discussing the difficulties of childbirth, and in fantasy, though, a natural 20 could slide the kid out like it was in a Doritos commercial. Perfect. So, if you have nothing else you would like to do, Vandrine?
I'm gonna start moving towards the wardrobe to see if I can do anything about putting it out.
So start putting out the fire. Okay, what kind of check do you feel like that is?
Is that like probably something like a nature check? Or yeah, would that work? Like a nature check? Or survival?
What's the governing skill that governs nature?
Hot
off the press, Mischievous Eggman has just given everyone a nat 20.
Oh, thank you.
I believe he's lurking behind that curtain, so if we're funny enough, we might hear him giggling again.
I'm all for that. It's always entertaining.
Yeah.
Nature is an intelligence check. There's survival, which is a wisdom check. Or do you want acrobatics or dex or something?
Up to you. How do you feel like you're putting it out?
At the moment, trying to figure out how to put it out because I used my action to cast Sacred Flame at him.
Okay, so nature then. That sounds fine.
We'll see how this works. Not well, apparently.
Anything. So here's how I generally govern things on DCs. A DC of 1, of course. If you roll a 1, That's a critical fail. 1 to 5 makes things worse. 5 to 10, things don't get any better. 10 to 15, things get marginally better but don't really improve. And higher than that, generally you've done okay. That's my general skill check on things. With a 6, you're very close to spreading this fire everywhere. But you're just about containing it to the area that it's in, but only in as much as it's spreading exactly how it wants to and you feel like you're doing more than you are.
Yeah. Well, the building's on fire. We need to do something about that. Help. And I'm just gonna kind of make sure I'm not in the doorway or in the window frame.
Clarabelle, it is your turn and the window is on fire.
Oh, I know it is, but oh man, I built this character to do one thing.
Hit him. Go for it.
So I think she hears what Vandrine says, but she's just looking at this Oni and she's getting more and more upset. And she just looks at this Oni and says, oh, "You really dialed my pickle." And she is going to enter into a barbarian rage. And I'm going to try to hit him one more time, my big old stick. Oh man, for nothing.
This time, your big old stick hits him right on the head. And he's just looking at you with the angriest face.
Okay, then. Well, this went pear-shaped. And she's going to doubt her hitting skills. So, yeah. That was my attack action. And I think I'm going to back up. And maybe start heading towards that window to help out with that next round.
If you back up, do you have disengage as a bonus action?
I don't.
Would you like to back up anyway?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Because if it burns down, it's all for nothing.
Well...
And you are raging.
As its attack, the Oni tries to grab you.
Okay. This is great.
Please contest with a acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, and again, barbarian noob. Do I get the +2 with a strength? Is it only on strength checks, or is it strength in general?
You should get advantage. You get advantage on athletics checks if you're raging.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Let's do it. A 19.
Ooh, on a 19, you just about wriggle free as it tries to grab you. Its fingers grip around your thigh, but perhaps for some reason after last night, you haven't had a shower this morning afterwards, your thigh is a little greasy and it just slips right off for some reason.
Get your blue hands off me, boy. And she will start making her way towards the window to try to put it out next round.
Okay. Well, last but not least, Mabel.
Mabel calls out to Little Sexy. Little Sexy, go fill up some pails. I'll pull them over with my mage hand. And that way she can fill the pails and I'll pull them over. But while she's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and use some Eldritch Blast on Joe because he's a jerk.
Yep, he deserves it.
Little Sexy goes running off with 2 pails.
Does 17 hit?
A 17, I believe that will hit. Yes, a 17 hits.
Oh, now that charm person came up a million years later.
There it is. So, Eldritch Blast that will strike Tallish Joe, dealing 6 points of damage. I should start tracking his health, really.
10.
Yep, I realised I had it up here but not down here, and I figured that would be important. It's because I haven't had to start tracking the Oni's health yet, Bird. That's the main reason. So he's starting to look a little disgruntled, Tallish Joe. He's like, "Would you stop that and just lay down and take it like you're supposed to?"
You mean like your daddy took it from your grandpappy?
Right! Boys, get him! And it is my turn, unless you have any bonus actions, Mabel.
I do not.
Were you maintaining the entangle, sorry?
That wasn't me, that was Solandra.
That was me.
Yes. Wait, did you maintain it this round?
Yes.
Yes. So we'll do those guys first. Oh no, actually, first of all, we will have the person whose name looks like Tallest Joe, but they're definitely not Tallest Joe, attacking with a scimitar, which is actually a crossbow. But the stats work. He hits another bandit outside. And Nightshade deals another 8 piercing damage to this bandit outside. But of course, he is hiding, so he also takes them by surprise. And I'm fairly sure, yes, the arrow goes. Like he manages, like we're gonna go into like a cinematic moment, like Lord of the Rings, as the arrow. Like, we follow the arrow down just as the bandit looks around and looks at it, and it goes, like, straight in through a socket and out the other side. And the bandit just stands there. Doesn't even drop, just stands there. And then a few minutes later drops.
Nightshade is the MVP of this.
Bird, pull your finger out, that's what I'm saying. So we have 3 stuck bandits.
Wow, all this gold is for me? Thank you, you guys.
2 remain stuck.
2 remain stuck, yes, as the third one gets free. I think the one that is most stuck is the one that fell over last round, now trying to army crawl through these thorny entanglements. There's a few more Molotovs thrown, as some of these guys still have Molotovs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So two more Molotovs hit the windows. Another one falls just a little short and lands outside the Burlesque house, but still burning against the wall, although slower in the mossy ground. However, you now have 5 fires to deal with in the establishment. As this is happening, we've had a donation, so give me a second. I'll stay. A flump comes out of the lubed up hole.
Oh.
Doesn't happen every day. It wanders into
Consult your doctor.
It wanders into the establishment. Hello.
Can I get you
You
something?
know, I was dealing with bandits once. Killed them all.
Oh.
Are you made of spaghetti?
You know what bandits don't like? Arrows. They don't like arrows. Looks out the window. Oh, I see you've seen that already.
Yeah. Yes. But if you have any other wisdom would be helpful.
Well, also fire, silvered weapons, non-silvered weapons, radiant weapons, force weapons, fiery weapons, lightning weapons, plain weapons, wooden weapons. Pretty much weapons, to be honest. But back in the old days, you couldn't get all the fancy twigs like Clarabelle is holding over there. No, we had to make do. We had to make do with a broom handle. Yes, that's what we had to do.
Excuse me, Flump.
Yes.
Sir, madam.
Please call me Monty.
Monty. It's very nice to meet you, Monty. Are you good at putting up fires?
No, awful at it. Spread it everywhere.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you good at making bandits not throw fire?
No. They used to throw fire at me all the time.
That seems quite rude of them.
Yes.
Is there something that you're particularly skilled at?
Oh, I can recount tales of the old days all day. So, for example, back in, let's see, what year was it? Perhaps 585. Around the time that Igvil first reappeared,
Clarabelle's still raging. Can we help you?
Okay, we don't need to. Obviously, Sylvanas is giving us wisdom and guidance, and he gave me an idea. Thank you, Mr. Flump. You gave me.
I'm using
gave
that,
me an
Justin.
idea.
Yes, back in my day, we had to march 100 miles uphill to kill the bandits in nothing but our siblings' old shoes with a broom handle, and then, to get back down, we had to walk another 100 miles uphill again, just to sell our loot.
Hi, Monty. There's a lovely new baby in here that has not heard any stories yet.
No.
Yeah.
I don't like babies. They weird me out. It's the way they stare at you like a little miniature person.
Well,
they are
there's this very nice orc lady over here.
With small people.
No, don't misunderstand me, Gnome. I mean a miniaturized version of the adult. It seems very strange, you know. It'd be like seeing you right next to your twin, but 6 foot tall. It'd be strange.
I don't want to be rude or mean, because I appreciate your guidance and your wisdom and your assistance, but they're still shooting at us, and we got to deal with that. So I don't want to be rude and ignore you, but I got to ignore you now.
Well, in my day, and he just goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
Maybe if you stand like 3 feet that way, we'll hear you better.
Oh yes, no problem. I'll stand aside. Meanwhile, the Oni, it is the Oni's turn, isn't it? Yes, it is. Because the Oni took a reaction attack. That's why I'm getting confused. Yes, it is indeed the Oni's turn. The Oni will try and climb out of the hole once more. Perhaps I missed.
Oh.
The Oni doesn't bother to climb. It clears the hole in one jump and lands both feet on the threshold, and it just points at Clarabelle. You were mean to me.
You were gonna burn my friends and stuff.
I'm
sorry.
get you. And it just starts walking towards you.
Shit. No, this is gonna hurt.
No, it won't.
What else we got? Oh yeah, we've got some bandits who aren't holding things. They've noticed the Oni slip into the hole, and they're attacking from range. 1, 2. Oh, that one's a hit. So we're gonna go round in turn order. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one will be for Clarabelle, that they can just about see through the doorway. Please take 8 piercing damage.
But 4 because I'm raging, right?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm learning.
Yes. Next we have Mabel. Then we have Salandra. Is that a hit, Salandra? An 18?
An 18 does in fact hit.
Please take 7 piercing damage. And the other 2 arrows miss, but one of them zings past Grimbo's head, and the other lands next to Little Sexy, as she's walking back in with the 2 pails of water.
Okay, throw them over there, and then hide behind the bar. Do those 2 things.
Do you know what? Tallest Joe is also going to take a shot. Tallest Joe is aiming at the window where Vandreen was firing at him from.
Which I said I hacked behind the wall.
You did. So he will attack at disadvantage, but there's a chance he could pierce one through the wall. If you're comfortable with that, of course. I didn't mean to roll initiative there.
I mean, neither one will hit.
No. Nope. So, it just thuds into the wall. Back to the top of the round. Solandra. There's only one bandit now entangled by the entanglement spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna let go of the entanglement and instead cast Fairy Fire on as many bandits as I can hit.
I'll let you
pull
have all
spell.
of them. I'll let you have all of them.
Sweet.
One of the bandits, by the way, just coughed up and fell over. The one that you poison sprayed. It took out its bow and took a pot shot, but that was like its dying act.
Excellent. So the bandits are now all glowing in a green light, and also that gives us all advantage against it. None of us were in that area, were we?
No.
No, the bandits are all currently outside.
Okay, yeah, excellent. So everything outside and the bandits are glowing.
Yep, the bandits, Tallest Joe, everyone outside of the building, glowing.
And as a yeah, as a bonus, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh, and that will make it for once the bandits get close enough for me to hit them, I can hit them real good.
Okay, yep, fantastic. That indeed does work. Hey, Daddy, sorry I stopped responding, but I started playing. I should probably call you Sheep, not Daddy. Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Daddy.
So weird.
I mean, there could be a daddy in this bar somewhere.
Oh, there could
Probably
be.
is more than one.
Well, I've been called that in the past, but I never liked
shit.
the title. So next, then, if there's nothing else you'd like to do, Solandra,
That is all.
that is all. We will go to Van Dreen. That is Elvis, not me, Katie. That is a reference to another character, Elvis. Elvis.
Uh-huh.
He's got a lot of daddies.
Yeah, that's because his mama done hang out behind the Quick Trip.
She does not. She's got a respectable vocation up at the motel.
Mm-hmm. As she tells you about. Vendrine is gonna look around and notice that these people are getting a little too close, and she's just gonna take a minute and shake out a little bit of holy water and gesture to three of her friends. In this case, probably Clarabelle, and actually the three others, and cast bless on them.
Hey, blessed be thou. So the other three of you are blessed.
For right
is that
now, and then
is that a 1d4 or is it an advantage or?
it's a D. Bless is a D4. Attack roll or saving throw.
Excellent.
So now every attack that Clarabelle makes is at advantage plus a D4.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? Anything else you can do?
I'm gonna turn towards Little Sexy and start gesturing to throw the water on the.
And she begins doing that. Whilst you guys are taking a Little Sexy starts running over to one of the windows. She's burdened with this water, she throws it on, and then she doesn't want to dive towards the bar because that's right next to the door where the Oni is. So instead, she dives backstage.
Okay. And I'm gonna move behind the wall again.
Okay. Clarabelle, there is an Oni within 5 feet of you. It is not fairy fired.
Yeah, but I'm blessed.
You are
Hashtag blessed, I
you
would
are
even say.
hashtag blessed.
And I'll just look at him and say, you really got to pick some better friends. I'm going to swing that stick. Come on. Third time's the charm. Let's go. I'm blessed.
I hate to tell it to you, but even with a D4.
Wait, I thought you said everybody outside got hit by fairy fire.
Uh-huh. The Oni
Not
is
the
in the
Oni.
establishment.
Oh, okay.
That's
I missed
right,
I missed
here.
the Oni walking in. I mean, I knew that he got out of the hole, but I missed him
Oh,
actually getting inside.
Yeah,
I have not rolled double digits, I don't think, today.
Clarabelle retreated inside. The Oni jumped out and followed. So,
That's right.
unfortunately, your big old stick doesn't quite hit. In fact,
I think I'm causing more damage to this tavern than any of the bandits are.
at this time when you swing it, he just raises his hand and like it sort of like jars against it for a second. Yeah. That's not very nice.
Well, you're gonna hurt my friends. What do you want me to say?
Mabel, it will be your turn. Unless you have anything else you'd like to do, Clarabelle.
I don't. I
You
truly don't.
You're not like a berserker or something? You don't have an extra melee attack? Or...
I'm level 2, man.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You don't even get reckless rage until 3.
Well then, Mabel, it'll be your turn.
I'm going to grab one of the pepper bombs and put it into my sling and throw it at someone who looks like they've got an arrow trained our way.
Certainly.
Plus, and then roll a d4.
So yeah, a 19 will hit, and the 4 damage will strike solidly. Do you have any additional damage you can place on that at all?
Well, I mean,
Not additional damage, but it's pepper. So
Yes, yes. So there will be additional damage. What we'll say is, with the extra pepper, let's see, how did you roll earlier? You didn't roll so well, but Little Sexy rolled very,
Little
very
Sexy
well.
rolled very well.
She did. You were basically Little Sexy's assistant for the day.
Yeah.
So we will give you an extra 1d12 fire damage.
Ooh.
ooh.
So with that, you catch him just as he's looking down his sight. The pepper hits the bow and just shatters into his face, and he just and it just falls backwards. He's completely incapacitated. He's on the ground, clawing at his face. His nose is starting to swell. There's like that ooze dripping off of everything. Like I believe that's my go, unless there's anything else you'd like to do.
I'm just gonna yell for Grimbo to help out Little Sexy with the water and the fire.
Yes, all right.
Such.
I'll do that. I'll do that now. And Grimbo indeed also runs off to grab water and begins helping. I can fight. I have a sword.
Well, when they come in melee range, we'll definitely need you.
Shall I get the water or shall I go and get my sword?
Oh, dear.
Both.
Go for the water first. If
water
it burns
first.
down, that defeats the whole purpose.
Water first. So let's try Little Sexy's roll first. Little Sexy manages to put out the first window. The first window is doused. That's 1 of 5 fires doused. The first fire lit is beginning to rage a little. She's not going near that one. It's scary. Sorry. Bandits, of which there are now 9. All of whom have used their Molotovs. And some of them are trying to brave the slippy, slidey hole. They're trying to maneuver around the lubed up hole without slipping in and accidentally. So they're going to roll their dexterity to try and get around the lubed up hole. The first one just manages to skirt around the rim and get into the burlesque house. The second one just stumbles and just falls right in. Just covered in lube, just straight in. Do you know what? The third one just does a somersault. He's feeling a bit cocky. He just runs up, just does a somersault straight over and lands like this in the entrance. Like, oh, I'm not supposed to show anyone I do acrobatics.
Why are you ever with them? You could be in the show.
The fourth also skirts around the rim, just makes their way in, and the last, I think I missed it again. The last also, you know what? They sort of slide in a little bit, like they just like their toe sort of dips in, but just the tip, and they manage to drag themselves back out of the hole into the burlesque house. So there are now five bandits and the Oni inside the house. However, it's taken all of their movement to get in. They are now all within the entrance. The other 6, now with their shots blocked, are going to the other windows, and they're trying to push over the wardrobes. 6? There's not 6, there's 4. However, they are all awful at it. They're all awful at it. The Oni reaches behind their back and pulls out their own great club. No, it's not even a great club. It's a weaponized. It's got a long blade on it. It's a glaive. The first strike is a 22.
Oh, that'll do. That'll do it. Yep.
How you doing there?
So, half of that. I still got 5 hit points. So, I'm doing great.
We're actually only going to take the first one because there's no justification on this sheet as to why it gets 2 lots of slashing damage and why it's not all just compounded. So you'll only take 14 there.
Okay.
Which would be 7. So plus 5 again.
Fantastic. No, I still got double digits. I'm ready to go.
Excellent. The second attack.
Oh, God.
Does a 14 hit you?
It does. It
Oh, even with the barkskin? You were made a tree person, right?
Get a chance to do that one.
Did you do it? Or
I did not.
You did not do it?
Because, yeah, that one needs concentration, but so did the entangle, and so did the fairy
Oh.
fire. I had to make a choice.
Hit me, dude. I got my legacy secured. There's a cocktail here. And if I die before it's burned down, I'll just pretend it lasted forever.
If you don't mind the flavor, Bird, I have this image of Clarabelle thinking, I have tree skin. I'll be fine. As the glaive just whirs.
Yeah, try and hit me.
9.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
9 slashing damage.
Okay. I'm less a tree and more of a root. And he done chop me down.
Please don't die, Clarabelle.
I'm trying.
Tallest Joe tries to walk forward and he stumbles on the loop. He claws at the edges, trying not to fall into the hole. He runs his fingers ragged; they're all red raw, and he falls in the hole.
That's where you deserve to be.
Oh, why is it sticky? From the top of the stairs. From the top of the stairs, the wonderful Nightshade fires another arrow. It sinks itself into another bandit. And oh, this one doesn't kill them. It just hits them in the shoulder really hard, and they stumble backwards into the hole. Taking additional damage, actually, and they also are incapacitated. So there are now 4 bandits inside and 4 outside. Solandra, it is your turn.
Alright. I'm going to cast Thorn Whip to pull one of these bandits closer to me so that I can hit this turn. That's also an attack. So, let me see.
I just got 2 nat 1s for saying the word lube on stream.
Good. Honestly, good.
Brilliant.
Don't
Okay,
forget hole and rim.
yeah,
And
did
just
I
the tip.
And just the tip and beat it.
And yeah, using a long broomstick was the other one.
I'm sorry. Are these some sort of like euphemisms? I don't understand.
It's okay, Scrat. We'll let you know when you're older.
Okay.
My sweet summer child.
I'd appreciate that. And yes, you did all get nat 20s.
Brilliant.
So did you hit with that thorn whip?
Yeah, did
that-
that hit then, or did I not?
Who are you hitting? Sorry, I was distracted by the 2 nat 1s.
So one of those bandits that just came inside, I'm gonna pull him up to me with this thorn whip attack.
That will hit, yes?
Yes, brilliant. So he's gonna 1d6 piercing damage,
Mm-hmm.
and if he's larger, I take it he is going to get pulled 10 feet closer to me.
Well, if the creature is large or smaller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be referring to the creature's size, not something smaller than me, because nobody's smaller than me. I'm a gnome.
Ah, yes, of course. They're larger than you, yes. So, yes, it is larger than you. I've also, one of my favorite exploits of the gnome race is the Ranger Giant Killer feat, where you get immediate reaction attacks to anyone who attacks you bigger than you. But anyway, carry on. You can do damage, and you pull them 10 feet closer.
Okay, so... Alright.
5
That's
points of damage.
bad.
They look pretty beat up by this. So is it a chain whip or it's a thorn whip? Sorry, thorn whip. Right, got it.
Yes. It's just this big vine whips out and pulls him towards me, and it's covered in spiky thorns.
That's what you get for being mean to my friends, acquaintances. Well, I met them last night and they seem very nice. Maybe, but they're nice.
Garimbo Tosi goes, thank you. Very nice of you to say.
Yeah, so that is my turn.
That is your turn. Okay then, Van Dreen, next on the agenda.
How is Clarabelle looking?
On a scale of 1 to 23, a solid 8.
I'm going to come over a little closer and reach out and cast that beautiful cure wounds on you.
Thank you so much.
For
Oh.
9 points.
Awesome.
That's actually not bad at all. And then I'm gonna turn and run. Actually, I want to see one. Oh no, I can't. Never mind. Can't do the other thing. I came up behind Clarabelle and like tapped her on the back and said, "Feel better? Feel better? Good, good." And then snuck back over to Little Sexy to try and throw more water on the fires.
Okay, let's have another roll.
You want that nature or that what?
Up to you. If you feel like there's something better you could use, you can use it.
I mean, can I medicine check the window?
I'm not sure the window's organicness is gonna. If you can justifiably use something. I mean, if you can justify it.
I'm trying to. Here's the thing: the fire is acting as a spreading contagion, and I wish to contain it against and prevent it from harming this organism. I want to treat the fire like a virus.
Tell you what, you can have it if you have it at disadvantage. You're not allowed to use a nat 20.
Or you just want the nature?
You could just take the nature if you'd prefer.
Not that big a difference. Yeah, see? There you go.
You begin spreading the fire.
Bigger.
Yeah, yeah, the fire gets bigger. As you're like fanning, that's a way to put out fires, right? Air, blow out fire, blow out just like candles. And the fire starts spreading.
You know, we didn't have this problem. And she's just gonna look at the Oni and go, you know, this is all your fault. We were being very nice, and now you're just having this big thing and it's a big mess. Why are you so mean? You're being mean.
There's no response. Surprisingly. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
No?
Just gonna kind of hide behind the wall.
Clarabelle.
Over near the wall.
It'll be your turn.
So, feeling reinvigorated by that fresh pat on the back from Vandreen, Clarabelle will look at the Oni and say, "You see what I mean about picking better friends? Okay, I'm nice and limber now. I'm gonna hit you. And I'm gonna burn that nat 20 just so I hit one freaking thing this entire session."
Please roll me some double damage. That one would have hit. That one would have hit.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. We're gonna move on quick. Okay. So it's the extra 2d6. Is that?
No, it should be your damage dice again. So in this case, yes, an extra 2d6.
Yeah. So I wail into this sucker for 19 points of damage. Just a big old noggin hit.
Yeah, and it strikes the Oni, who sort of looks down. He's not very nice.
We just...
You're the one who's being mean.
You came here for a fight.
I was coming to look at blue shiny things. That's what you said.
I still think you'd look good in something blue and shiny.
It's not too late. You're turning a bit black and blue now.
I'll just finish this one off and then we can come and look at shiny things.
You don't have to do that first. Also, if it burns down, all the shiny things burn down with it.
We will
Don't you
resolve.
want to be friends?
Actually, unless you have any bonus actions, Bird, it is Mabel's turn.
I passed to Mabel. Let's go.
Mabel, how are you doing this?
So I am fresh out of spell slots for charm. I'm just legit trying to be like, don't you want to be friends with us? I'm sorry you fell in a hole. I didn't want you to fall in a hole. I wanted Joe to fall in a hole. He's mean. But if seriously, you could be friends with us. We'll stop the fire and you can dress up in all the shiny things. They've got sparkles and glitter. And like all sorts of colors. And there's music and dancing. Doesn't that sound like a lot more fun than whatever that jerk does? I'm sure whatever he does is not fun.
I'm supposed to be a warrior. Can you roll me a persuasion, please?
There is no such thing as supposed to. Oh, can I take the nat 20 on that?
Oh, unfortunately, using a nat 20 after it's happened costs 2 nat 20s.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you cannot. Unless anyone else would like to chip in their nat 20, but Bird, who is most affected by this, has already spent his. So, with that, we move on to his turn. He's like, I don't want to fight you, he says, pointing at Mabel. But I'm a warrior. He's just turning back to Clarabelle. And this one's fighting. And they go and beat you around the head. An 18? And a 20? A total of 29 points of damage, which will round down to 14.
Still alive.
Still alive? How's Clarabelle looking? Could you describe their condition for her?
Oh, yeah. Just like bloodied, just covered in bruises and such now. I think her nice little floral overcoat she had on is kind of scratched up and torn and everything. Breathing real heavy, kind of crumpling down to one knee. Getting hard to hold up that big old stick of hers. And she's just like, I'm good. I'll be good. I'll be good. She's not looking great.
Really? I don't have enough up. Okay, so Grimbo returns to the room with a sword across their back, and they throw a bucket of water onto a fire. It doesn't really do much. They sort of miss. It sort of pulls on the floor, stopping it from spreading, but it doesn't really put it out as such. And they stand ready with their sword. The bandits inside, the 4 of them, will rush forward. One of them will attack. Who's downstairs? We've got Mabel, Solandra, and Clarabelle, right? All downstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The Oni looks like it's about to beat Clarabelle to a pulp, so they're not seeing Clarabelle as a big threat right now. Instead, they're going to rush towards Mabel. The first one kind of goes, now, if you just give us the entertainment like we want, we'll leave you alone.
Is the entertainment me punching you in the face?
Sometimes. No.
We can do that. I know. Grimbo! Grimbo! He needs some help.
And they're going to attack you, Mabel. Does a 6 hit you?
Does not.
The person next to them also attacks you. A 21.
That'll hit. That'll hit for sure.
Please take 7 points of damage.
If you insist.
And Solandra, the other 2 come rushing up to you. They don't seem too interested in rushing up to the butch-looking Grimbo. So instead they rush up to you. How about a 14 and a 22?
Let's see. Hang on. The 22 definitely hits. The 14 does not hit.
Now please take 4 slashing damage.
All right.
The bandits outside, trying to push over the things, sort of give up. They're looking at how the fight's going inside. They take a pass for this turn. And inside, Tallish Joe starts egging people out of the hole. Go on, get up there, get up there! And the 2 bandits down there with him, they just can't do it. They're just stuck in that hole. They're just stuck down there, you know, like... It was so easy to get in, but it's like everything's just clamped up tight on them. They can't get out. It's like everything's closing in on them. They've got claustrophobia. It feels like the hole's getting smaller. They're confused. So we go back to the top of the round. No, we don't. Because Nightshade stands, seeing people attacking Mabel and Solandra. He makes a quick decision. He's not sure who to go for. So he goes for the ones attacking Solandra, and he fires another short bow round, which unfortunately does not hit. Oh, no, wait, he's hitting a bandit. Yes, it does hit. It does indeed hit, and it also fells another bandit as the arrow strikes him in the back and falls against you, Solandra.
Oh.
Very dead. They're sort of gurgling. Blood comes pouring out of their mouth, possibly onto your dress.
Oh, that seems almost unnatural. Oh, God. And she just kind of like shoves him and steps to the side.
He just falls off. So back to the top of the round. Solandra, as you push this body off of you.
Yes, as I push that body off of me, the guy that I had pulled towards me on my is still standing, yeah?
Yeah, he is the one who was just attacking you, of course. I hadn't forgotten that.
Yeah, of course. So, I'm just gonna whack on him with my club, because I got shillelagh, and that means... But, yeah. So that means I get to,
Click the word that says club, and it'll roll it for you twice.
It's not that it rolls twice, it's that my damage die becomes a D8 instead, and
Oh.
So-
also that I use my spellcasting ability instead of strength. So I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know.
So then
So that'll
just roll a
be
D8.
I
slash
don't know
R
if
2d8 for the critical hit, and then whatever your magic spellcasting modifier is.
and then plus spellcasting modifiers 4. So is that 14 then?
That is as you obliterate this person. Can you describe it? How does this
Yeah,
does this look?
so Salandra just there with her tiny wooden shield and her wooden club, and she just jumps up and smacks this guy across the head with her club, and like his skull just shatters and brains come out. Like,
Oh yeah, there's strawberry jam running down his nose. It's not pretty. Oh yeah. So next on the list will be Vandreen.
How bad is Clarabelle looking?
Listen, Clarabelle is not doing great at all, but she understands she's but one person here. Y'all need to save the establishment.
Well, in that case, I'm going to duck up behind Clarabelle and attack the Oni, and I'm going to cast guide. Well, actually, no. I'm going to stand the far side of the friggin' room and cast Guiding Bolt on the Oni. Because Clarabelle comes after me, correct?
The guiding bolt just clatters off of its armor.
Aw. Dang it. Well, I tried. That didn't work. Why did it... Yeah, it froze everything. Okay, there we go. That explains why I couldn't see what the roll was. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just hits the chainmail. The chainmail glows slightly, but the Oni doesn't even notice. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to duck behind the wall, duck behind over by the wall again, and gesture to Grimbo to hit something very hard, and prepare myself for what I need to do next. Just trying to do something for you there, Clarabelle. Didn't work.
I appreciate the effort. I well and truly do.
So, next we go to Clarabelle.
All right, well, standing there, barely able to maintain verticality, she will just kind of look at her newfound friends here and just kind of scoff, like let out a little laugh and say, well, if I die, y'all gotta name another drink after me. And she's gonna reckless attack. So I get advantage on this, but you get
Plus the D4.
plus the D4. So here we go. Come on, Clarabelle. Clarabelle, dear. That's a 13 with advantage and a D4 added to it. And it's the highest thing I've rolled, naturally.
No, when you used your nat 20, you did roll a 19.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that roll that counted. Thanks, Scrat.
I wanted for clarity, you know.
All right, well, Clarabelle brings that big stick up and brings it down and just totally, I think it even just like drops, like her strength just gives out. And she just looks up at this Oni completely wide open, just like, well, it was a good life, I guess.
No one.
Mabel, you see the two guards in front of you. You also see Salandra. An arrow hits one of the guards in front of her, and she clubs the other one to death very efficiently. And you can almost see as well Nightshade standing at the back of the room like, damn it, wrong one. It's your turn.
All right. So I was really trying to get this Oni on our side. I think he's a sweet guy underneath, but he is just wiping the floor with Clarabelle. So I think I gotta Eldritch Blast him.
Eldritch blasting the Oni.
You do
I'm sorry.
As you cry sorry and release this Eldritch blast, which unfortunately doesn't hit. That will not beat its
Roll-
armor
roll
class.
The D4. D4.
D4.
Oh, D4.
D4.
I have no idea if it'll actually help you, but you do have that.
Does it
The
hit now?
Eldritch Blast leaves your palm, flies across the room, and scorches across the back of the Oni's head. The Oni turns towards you and goes, "No, not you too.
I'm sorry.
No!" And it begins walking towards Mabel. Do you have any
You
other
want that?
actions, Mabel?
I'm currently engaged with people, right?
Yep, you have 2 guards around you.
So I guess I'm gonna try and back up, which gives them opportunity attacks. But there is also a giant Oni heading my direction. I'm not sure which is the better option.
I mean, you can do that if you want. If you want to back up, you can try and jump over a table, but the 2 bandits will be able to slash at you.
Yeah, we'll give that a shot.
How does a 20 and a 10 hit you?
Well, the 20 definitely hits.
Please take 7 slashing damage then as you jump across the table. How is
Alright,
Mabel looking?
Mabel is not looking good. Mabel is looking like she may be on her last hit point.
It's okay. Everybody's okay. Nobody's dying today because I knew this was a scrat game and I prepared for nobody dying today.
Nightshade sees the 2 bandits attacking you. Fires. It's a solid hit.
Oh, Nightshade, you're my hero.
Again, another guard falls with little to no resistance. I think, like, Nightshade is 1 for 1. Every arrow he's fired has been a kill so far.
There was one that didn't
You
kill,
really, yeah.
but
yes,
still
there
great.
was. Oh yeah, but he knocked him back into the hole. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's doing very well. Grimbo rushes forward to attack the other. That's not Grimbo's stats. That's why that's confusing me. They're strange. Looks different. Unfortunately, their attack does not hit. So they just sort of bundle into the room, but they just get between the Oni and you, Mabel. The guard leans across the table to attack you once more, but fumbles it, misses you. The Oni is walking away from Clarabelle and moving towards Mabel.
Opportunity attack?
Yes, there we go.
Oh, we're not done yet. No.
Finally,
Oh
you
my
manage a hit.
God. For 15 points of damage.
Damn.
Oh.
Isn't that more than when you critted?
Yes, somehow.
It's amazing.
I don't ask questions anymore, man.
And the creature like turns back and sort of offhandedly like, "No, I'm done with you," and just slashes backwards with its claws. Does a 16 hit you?
Yes, it does. Good night. Clarabelle flying backwards unconscious.
It walks forwards and with its glaive attacks Grimbo. And that will hit. But Grimbo, like a dancer, limbos under the blade as it comes towards her, almost looking as though it's going to peel her skin, it's so close, as she just limbos under and comes back up.
So no damage for Grimbo?
No damage for Grimbo. Tallest Joe is still egging the men out of the hole. The 4 men outside who are pushing the wardrobe, they're deciding that things aren't going so well. They turn and they start to flee.
Wise choice on their part.
However, the other two bandits trying to get out of the hole, one of them manages it, climbs out of the hole, clambers out, and the other one falls backwards on top of Tallest Jet. So there are currently 2 bandits in the room. We're going back to the top of the round. Salandra, 2 bandits, 1 Oni. The Oni is walking towards Mabel with betrayal in its eyes.
Salandra is going to reach out her hand and cast Melth's acid arrow at the Oni. This is going to shoot a green arrow and a spray
Roll.
of acid at this Oni.
Do
Roll
you
the
have...
D4.
There we go.
Everybody has bless except me.
Roll
At
the
the
d4
moment.
for Bless, because at the moment that doesn't hit.
Okay, hang on. Please hit. Does it hit?
That hits. That hits very
Aha!
well.
Yes. Okay. So now that does 4d4 acid damage immediately. So
Ooh.
8.
What are the chances of you rolling all 2s?
I know, right? And then at the end of its next turn, it will take an additional 2d4 acid damage.
Awesome. Fantastic.
And as a bonus action, I would like to cast Healing Word upon myself.
Upon yourself?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes,
I sure?
it's fine.
Mabel has 1 hit point.
I see. You know, that's the thing. That's the thing.
She also has an Oni and a guardsman rushing her, whereas you currently have more than 1, I believe, and no one attacking you as yet.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, Clarabelle. Hey, Clarabelle. You're not looking so good.
Nope. Don't worry about Clarabelle.
Oh, gosh. What do I do? What do I do? Ah, I'm gonna
Help
cast.
the tiefling. Help the tiefling.
And so it's yeah. So I cast that on myself, and it's that plus. Hang on.
Your spell casting
My
modifier.
spell casting modifier is 4.
Yep,
So 7. Yeah.
Very nice.
Good. You have 7 hit points. That's good.
Yes.
Anything else you'd
I'm
like to do?
super good.
Is that everything?
That is the end of my turn.
That is. Well then. Next is Vandrine.
And Vandrine's gonna sneak along behind the bar, come up behind the very nice, her friendly, aggressive person, Clarabelle, and she's going to cast Spare the Dying.
The dying are spared. Clarabelle,
The
you are
dying
stabilized.
spared. So
Nice.
There
That,
you go.
that just means I chill and know how to do death saving throws, correct?
That means that my
Yep.
next words are not, please roll me a death saving throw, yes.
Yay! Thank you.
exactly.
Anything else you'd like to do, Vandrine?
I'm going to sneak around the other side of the bar and keep moving towards the other person who's looking unwell, thinking that I might have to go that way too in a little bit.
Okay. So then, next, it will be Clarabelle's turn. But Clarabelle, you are unconscious. You have no death saving throws to do, so you are just stable.
I rest well.
You have a good old sleep. Mabel, your turn.
All right. So, am I currently engaged with anyone, or I'm behind the table?
You've
I
just
know
jumped
the one
behind
guy
the table.
swung over, but
Yeah, he swung over at you, but that's why he missed. It was a fumble.
okay. So I can move back some more, is what you're saying.
You can, yeah. In this room, there is still room behind you to move back. Although it won't take him long to go around the table and follow you into the corner. Or you could head back to the stairwell upstairs. But you risk leading him up
No,
towards...
yeah. I don't want to risk going upstairs. So I will move back some more away from the Oni. And I will Eldritch Blast the guy in front of me that tried to hit me with his scimitar. And I will miss, more than likely. Oh no, wait, less. I'll remember one of these.
That is a hit.
Yes. Alright, so that's 12 damage.
Oh, how does he die?
The blast just comes. She's like, I'm sorry. And just like a big pink sparkly blast comes from her palms and just engulfs him in what looks like glitter, but there's some blood going on. And
Yeah, it's okay. It's like have you ever seen the glitter sneeze? It's sort of like that, I guess, but out the back. You do this. Any other actions you'd like to take?
no, I'm good.
So then it is my turn. Let's see. First of all, Nightshade is going to fire at the remaining bandit in the room. And only a 7. But that's plenty enough. He just kills another bandit. He's bored now, you know. He's not even looking. Another one down. He's sort of looking across at Clarabelle and shaking his head. And the Oni continues walking towards you, Mabel. Seeing the table in its way, it just throws it at you.
Okay.
So does a 23 beat your armor class?
Yeah, it does. Like a table to the head.
Well, yeah, that's gonna be enough. So, it
A
strikes.
strong breeze would be enough at this point.
Yeah, you get crushed by the table. Mabel is unconscious underneath the table.
Well, at least it's not a house.
But
True.
I take it that's the end of the Oni's turn. Therefore,
It
the
takes-
rest of Melf's acid arrow comes in.
It does.
Two D4.
Another
Doing
6 points of damage.
6.
Hey, that's cheating. You can't use magics, that's cheating. We're
You
supposed
can't just go throwing tables at my friend.
Tables is honest, magics is cheating.
It's not magic, it's poison.
That's the same thing.
Right.
At this point, the last bandit is sort of like peering above the rim of the hole, seeing that only the Oni is left standing, and he turns and attacks Tallest Joe. Unfortunately, he
Smart
messes
bid.
up, and Tallest Joe attacks back.
Kill each other in the hole.
And Tallest Joe, I think, will kill this bandit. So now only Tallest Joe is in the hole.
But did the bandit fall back in the hole when he killed him?
They're both in the hole.
Oh, okay. So he never got out of the hole.
He never got out of the hole. He just peered.
They're in the hole, covered in lube,
Two bandits
wrestling
in
each
the
other.
living
Yes. Yes.
I mean, if you had the right person, you could make some serious money on the betting involved with this. I'm just saying.
People walking by and seeing it, it's like, oh, it's Wednesday? Cool.
But usually there's glitter involved.
And
I
usually
don't
they're a
know.
lot prettier. Like this show guy just doesn't.
There is a loud
No.
explosion. As one of the spirits behind the bar has caught light and suddenly burst. You realise that the fire has spread all the way along the wall towards the bar, and the bar is starting to blow out. From upstairs, you can hear, "Hello, is everything on?" Oh, hang on, that's Italian. Hello? No, hang on.
Get to the choppers.
There we go. Hello, is everything okay down there?
Maybe I'll let you know in like 5 minutes.
It might get a little warm. Just if you have any water up there. Otherwise, don't worry about it.
Now-
start
Right now,
start spilling
anyway.
it on the floor. Spill it on the floor.
I will remind all three of you, that you each have a nat 20.
Yep.
I have 2 nat 1s,
Yep.
which you could have called on me at any time.
I know.
Oh.
I've got a plan.
I was waiting for Bird's face. We're going back to the top of the combat round. Solandra, it's your turn.
Okay.
Double damage would work the same with Melfseth as an arrow as it would a combat attack.
Yeah, I know. It's
What's
gonna
that?
piss. But I don't think you have any first level spells left.
Yeah. Because I used I used the 1 first level spell. And that one. Yeah, I used 2 first level spells and a 2nd level spell so far.
You have second level spells?
Yeah. At level 3. For Druid.
Level. Okay, that would be why.
Did I completely ruin my sheet or?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
No worries, you carry
I'm
on.
pretty sure I did.
You
You carry
guys-
right on.
I mean, that's what it said in the little chart thing. Anyway.
You're good.
shoot, so what's left in here? Just the Oni and then there's
Just
2
the-
guys in a hole outside?
Just the
Well,
Oni and just Tallest Joe.
Yeah.
And a lot of fire.
And a lot of fire. There's not too many things I can do to this Oni. I'm gonna poison spray the Oni.
Fair, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Is it an
Um,
attack or a save?
It's a save.
It's no.
Isn't it?
What? No, poison spray is an attack.
But I
'Cause
mean,
I've-
is it an attack roll or do I have to make a save?
Oh,
Oh, it's a save.
yeah.
Unfortunately, the Oni sort of like breathes in the poison spray and is like, yeah, that's what you used, yeah.
Yeah, oh gosh. Oh, and but
That was it, yep.
Can I use a oh am I totally out of spells then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't even extra healing word to Clarabelle or anything. Nope. I'm done. I got my cantrips and that is it. That's
Vandrine.
all.
Really, this is most disconcerting. She's gonna sneak around and kind of slide to the side and touch Mabel for that spare the dying.
Mabel, you are spared. My next words will not be, please roll me a death saving throw.
Yay!
And then she's gonna turn around and turn to look around and it's like, okay, Grimbo, water, more water, lots of water, and Mr. Oni, Tallest Joe needs you to help him out of the hole
Make me a persuasion roll, please.
because he's stuck. Can I use that nat 20 on that persuasion roll?
Yes, you can. He looks confused for a moment, having just crushed Mabel. And he turns and goes, oh.
And you were really mean and left him alone, and people fell on him, and now he's all sticky.
Oh dear. He doesn't like to be sticky.
I don't think anyone does.
I'll try and help him. And of course, where 4 people have now scrambled in and around this hole, they've got lube all over the place. There's now a trail of lube coming into the Burlesque house, and the Oni, as he walks forward, slips once again on the lube. Thank you to Ravekna, has gifted 2 subs today, 1 to Arctic Origins and 1 for Game for Real. You guys, you have a nat 1 or 20 to gift, although I do fear we may be running out of time for it to come into play today. Maybe if you're quick. The Oni slides forward and he falls in the hole on top of Joe, crushing him. You hear a cry as Joe is crushed.
Can I gift a nat 20 to the Oni for landing on Joe?
You don't need to. You
No!
you don't need to. I'm calling it on myself to cost a nat 1 for it.
Yes.
So he.
I was gonna call it anyways.
Yeah, well, I was about to roll. You're far too late on that. The Oni crushes Tallest Joe. Tallest Joe is down. And you just hear from the hole, oh no.
Can I call that other nat 1 on the Oni trying to get out of the hole?
Yes, you can. The Oni cannot get out of the hole at all. But we'll get to that when it's his turn. Clarabelle and Mabel, you're both unconscious. No one's healed you yet, so you will remain that way. It is the Oni's turn. The Oni cannot get out of the hole. Grimbo rushes out the back to get water. And pours it onto a fire, dousing it immediately. Mama... Memory fails me.
Mama Candy?
Mama Candy, thank you.
Mama Candy, I think we need more water, and then,
Mama Candy appears. She holds forward a small stone and says, whoosh. And water begins gushing from the stone.
That's very good.
And she starts dousing the fires.
Okay. I'm gonna
Mabel's
go...
unconscious, so she can't go, where was this earlier?
And I'm gonna go over. Well, they're both unconscious, but they'll be better soon. They'll be better soon. Actually, give me like maybe 20 minutes, and I can get them better soon. Baby! Oh my God, the baby! I should check on the baby.
Vandrine, you rush upstairs to see the baby. You find it happily feeding with Dimsy.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Is everything okay down there? I heard a lot of action. I wish I could have been more help.
I mean, small. We knocked over a candle.
I
It'll
can
be
smell
fine.
a lot of burning.
Well, it was a rather maybe a little bit bigger than a candle, but you're good. So I'm gonna go check on everybody else.
Well, you're actually still in combat, so I've actually gone out of turn a little bit there. Solandra.
So,
oh no, actually, because hang on, that's what the whoosh was. That Nightshade rushes forward, jumps over the lube into the hole, lands on the Oni, takes 2 arrows from his quiver, and fires downwards. Unfortunately, both arrows miss.
Oh!
you what?
Wait, the Oni is prone from where it fell.
Yes, it is.
So one of those hits.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, though, he's not hiding anymore, so it's only 6 points of damage.
And he's in the hole with the Oni and Tallest Joe.
Well, Tallest Joe seems pretty dead.
Well, I'm not sparing his dying.
Next, we go back to the top of the round, I guess. Solandra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. Now's the time, I think, to use my nat 20. I'm gonna just let out a shout and jump into the hole and smack that Oni over the head with my club. With my nat 20.
With your nat 20. Beautiful. Please roll me 2d8 plus 4, I think it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For 10 damage.
The Oni is very surprised. And begins to lapse into... it falls unconscious. You knock the Oni out.
Oh! right, you dang Oni. Trying to burn down my brothel. I was hanging out here with my friends.
So, as we have 8 minutes left, today what we're going to do is we're going to go around, and I would like you each to give me an epilogue from your character's perspective. Now, normally, because we did the intros this way around, I would do the outros this way around, but since our healer is first, I'm actually going to go this way around again, so that Clarabelle and Mabel have the relevant information they have to give us some outros. So sorry, sorry, Skyra, you will definitely be first next week. So Vandreen, how did all this play out for you, and where can we find you online, Prax?
Well, Vandreen is going to take a second to just kind of finish making sure everything's out, sit down, breathe, take about 30 seconds and breathe again, and then using recovery, get back that spell slot to cast at least Cure Wounds on Mabel, and then Spare the Dying. Clarabelle will be up in about a couple hours, and we'll be working with that. But I figure, we can help carry her upstairs. She'll just sleep it off. It'll be fine. It'll all be great. And Vandreen's just gonna sit down and go, "This was not what I expected about coming here to help some ladies and gentlemen with their medical needs. But it was a lot of fun, maybe, actually, possibly. We'll have to see. Anyways, I'm Deirdre. You can find me every Wednesday hanging out here with Scraticus. I didn't die this week. Fun times. Nobody died this week. Even better times. You can usually find me hanging out in the Twitch chat and various other Twitch chats as at Praxagora Thesmiophoria. And on the 20th, I'm going to be running a game on Unmade Gaming's channel for the Extra Life for Kid charity. So come check that out. We're going to play some epic level D&D, lots of dying, possibly. That
sounds fun as hell to me. I love playing high level games. It's not very often that we get to have a go, is it? So next around we have Bird versus Plane.
So Clarabelle gets carried to a bed, and she gets to sleep off the rest of her hangover, so she's very happy about that. And when she wakes up, she sees the folks that she tried to fight with, and she thinks about it for a sec before she comes clean and admits that big old stick of hers, she just found that. She doesn't actually know how to wield it. She's not even really a barbarian. She's sorry for lying to everybody. She just wanted to impress everyone. And maybe she should stick to what she's good at, and that's drinking. So she thinks she's going to just kind of hang out here at the Maison Derriere. And to make up for lying and kind of causing some damage, she just takes up a role as a bus girl. And maybe at some point, a couple days later, a couple weeks later, who knows how long it takes, but her and Grimbo start chatting it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And we just kind of see what happens with that. And I am Bird versus Plane. I had a lot of fun today. You can find me basically everywhere at Bird versus Plane. Mondays, I'm on Encounter Roleplay. Tuesdays, Unmade Gaming's channel. Saturdays, on Tall Squall's channel. And I'm half of Bird in the Storm, which we have some really, really exciting announcements that we are going to release very, very soon. I cannot wait to share them with everyone. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I had a blast.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm just rapidly working on your links in chat. Yeah, and I think in that time as well, Grimbo and Little Sexy and all the other, they would have been like, they would have been helping you recover, like giving you massages and things like that. And no one, like sports massages, calm down. No one begrudges you for lying. They've all had to deal with coming to terms with who they really are, and there's a sense of understanding between them, and they accept you. Next, we have Mabel.
So Mabel, once she is healed and is able to walk around a little bit, I think tries to go over to Oni and, after making sure he's secure, make sure that he wakes up from his unconsciousness and tries to convince him to go on a better path of life, of like enjoying sparkly things and just being friends with everybody and only hitting people on the head if they're really, really mean. I think it's a work in progress, but I think we become very good friends.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's perfect. Perfect. Well welcomed by Mama Candy and all the rest of the dancers. So, lastly, but most certainly not leastly. Oh, sorry. Jess, your thingies.
So in real life, so I am at Stravina Lady on various social medias. I am a comic artist and currently writing my first comic. So if you are a fan of LGBTQIA comic books, Dates 3 will be on Kickstarter sometime in March, and we're all working on it now. So you can check out Margins Publishing to check out some updates on that. And also I do a podcast, Incoming Game. So we watch old episodes of Reboot from the 90s. We are now in the 3rd season, so we're almost at the end. You can check us out on Twitter at Incoming Game, and listen to us talk about old 90s cartoons.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was so nostalgic when I went back and started listening to that. Like, I'm not a man with a load of time, but I did get to listen to some
Oh,
things,
awesome.
and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Well worth a watch. Please do post your links there as well, because I'm very interested in your comic as well. It's not often I end up on a train, but I know sometime soon, in fact, I can reveal that sometime soon I do have a train journey planned. In fact, on the 27th and 28th of October, I have a train journey planned. So if there is a comic released in that time, I would love to read it. Because I'll be on a train heading to MCM Comic Con, everyone. So if you're at MCM Comic Con, you should come and say hi. And I'll be like, hey, how are you? Let's have a drink. And likelihood is I'll be very merry by the end of it. So lastly, but most certainly not leastly, Skyra. Oh, hi! How is Salandra? How does Salandra wrap up?
So Salandra and Nightshade team up to wiggle their way out of that lubed up hole. And I think Salandra would do her best to help clean up the disaster that was the brothel so she can get back to what she really came there for, which was just to kick back and have some drinks and practice some maybe humorously lewd illusion cantrips. So
Yeah, that totally works. You're always welcome to come and perform as well.
All right. Well, so that was a really enjoyable game. I had fun. You guys can find me on Twitter at Skyra Moss. You can also see me next Thursday. I'll be on Phantom Roll Booth doing Star Wars Ballad of the Garbage People. And next Sunday, I will be on Monty Cook Games doing Isle of Lycia.
Damn it. Do you know what? I never ever typed Phantom Roll Booth properly. Could you put that in chat to me? Because, I never ever managed to get their damn name right. Every week I think I've got it, and you know what? It comes up with no game action, and I'm like, well, that's not right.
There's no capitals, I'll tell you that. Might be part of it.
Possible.
Here. Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be.
Anyway, go give them a follow. Go and watch Skyra over there. Playing with some of our good friends. Some of our good friends indeed. Some of those who will be on the channel soon. So I am told. Little birdies tell me. That just leaves me. Oh, hi everyone. So if you're not already a part of our community, you should be. In our Discord, you'll find the most inclusive, safe space to come and talk about D&D or anything else that you want to talk about. It's truly an amazing place to come and learn, discuss, share issues, whatever you want to do. We're here to support you, all of us. I truly believe that. I'm very proud to boast about my Discord every week. Very proud. If you want to get into a game very much like this one, perhaps you'd like to sit in Bird's seat or Jess's seat down there, then you could indeed do so by sending me a DM on Twitter. We have around 40 to 50 spots left this season. That's before Christmas. So if you want to get into a game, send me a DM and I will find you a game. And lastly, YouTube I am catching up fast. Hopefully by the end of this weekend I'll be fully caught up, and then I'll start working on making what they're called playlists of everything. So it's even easier to watch all your favorite shows and catch up rather than having to trail through all the videos and find things. Also, we are now a full-time streaming service, and as such, we rely on your support. We're very, very grateful. We are currently ahead of our goal. Just below me, with 14 days to go, 2 weeks, we have only got about £800, less than that, to meet our goal and cover all our costs. We do have a stretch goal. We don't expect it though, so we'll see what happens. In addition to that, we also have a Patreon. We also have we have merchandise where you can buy merch like the Scraticus Academy logo, which is over in that corner over there. We also have sponsors in the form of Bird in the Storm, where you can find their Twitter and their Teespring there, and their merch is very, very nice. It's very comfortable, I can tell you this. It's very, very nice indeed. And we also have a sponsor in Mage Hand Press, and if you tune in tomorrow at 1 PM, you will see us playing Dark Matter content. Dark Matter is a reskin of 5e in space, with new classes, new weapons, and all sorts of cool things. So you will be seeing that also. I don't need to post the tweet because we're at the end, and I haven't actually looked at the tweet for ages, so I apologize if we did hit 20 retweets. I got excited about the game. We didn't. It's still on 15, so I could have not said anything and got away with it and pretended that I was looking the whole time. But I don't need to do the tweet. I don't need to do a competition because we haven't got one yet. So that is me, I think. So now I can't remember. Can someone remind me what our war cry was going to be as we head into the... I think we've got some options, haven't we? Give me some war cries, people. I think one of them was if it was a nat 20, the kid would slide out like it was in a Doritos advert. I remember that one. But what else have we got?
Definitely something about lube in a hole.
Something about a lot of men fitting into the lubed up hole.
I mean...
Yep, there was that. There was that.
I know exactly who would appreciate that as well. I know exactly who would appreciate that. And she always has a wonderful raid video as well. That'd be the wonderful Madame Gandalf. She would appreciate all the lube talk and all of the men in holes talk as well. So I think we will definitely be raiding her. But I need a sentence though. I don't That's my wife. I'm about to do Hobbit as Alice, my wife. We love each other dearly. We have such a healthy relationship. It's great. Yes. So we need a war cry though. We need something like come on, something, a quote, something like from today. Someone give me something. I can do it on the spot, but when I have to like think about something,
I mean, sometimes you just need to convince your only friend to crush his own little friend.
It's an option. Has anyone got anything like looby holes? Come on.
Oh god. All those bandits are gonna just slide right into the lubed up hole.
All the bandits slid into the lubed up hole. That's perfect.
That's it. There we are. That's what happened.
Yep.
Except there's only be one E there. There we go. So that is your battle cry. Copy it, paste it when we get into the next chat. I'll do another version as well with Scrat Hype. So if you have the Scrat Hype emote, we use the smoke 'em if you've got 'em mantra here. So if you have it with hype, use the hype. If you don't have the hype, that's okay. You can just do it without the hype. That's fine. No one's judging you. Those of you who have been gifted subs, you have the hype emote, so you can use it. Let's get the raid cooling down. And we are going to head across. So we are, like I say, we are now full time. That means we are streaming Monday to Thursday, 1 PM, 6 PM, and 10 PM EST. We will be back in just under an hour with Eden, the cypherpunk game that Alice has been running. And we are also streaming on Fridays at 1 PM EST every week over on the Greyhawk channel, and every other week, this week inclusive, doing some Lady Blackbird here on this channel. So we're going to go get in there, keep on evoking emotions, and remember to try and get all of your bandits into the lubed up hole. We'll see you next time. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
And we are clear.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Fun session, y'all.
That was great.
That was great.
She's gonna like
That was absolutely great.
It was amazing. I'm so happy.